American Aborigines. Truth. Hey man, peace to all the great ones, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We definitely appreciate all the loved ones tuned in. I mean, tuning in tonight, man. We appreciate y'all. Um, Here's the thing, right? We back here, man. It's just been a lot of things going on, man. In the community, just wanted to address a few things, man. Here's the thing, right? Even when we're not on the scene, right? This Aboriginal paradigm has changed the game. They can't have conversations about anything without mentioning it and bringing Aboriginal into the fold, into the conversation. They bringing it up every time. Um, People are calling in, people in the chat rooms, you know, always bringing it up to them, and in their minds, they don't. I guess they don't see the see the significance in what we've been saying, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the way we're going to address these things, man. We have to address them seriously. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about a few things in the community. I've got a few guests coming in tonight, today too. Uh, so yeah. So here, I'm gonna see. Let me check out the chat room. See everybody. See the person in the building. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Shout out to Ty Data, the cyborg. Ty been going in, huh? So we're gonna address some of the things the brother was talking about. Shout out to Christopher. Stand back. First in the building. He said, salute. Hashtag Naga. That's what's up. Shout out to the Nagas. Yeah, the Nagas were all over the planet, y'all. What we got going on? So yeah, before we get into the community stuff and everything, whatever, kind of wanted to, just address some of the things that's going on in the community, man. I would let people get up in here, address some of the things that's going on in America, man. Some things I like. Okay, first off, I hadn't even stopped to push you scroll and you see things come on your timeline and you be like, oh, yo, Steph Curry's wife said what? And me, I don't want to hear it. I just kept going. Like I really don't care. Right? That's not even nothing to even have conversations about. And it's interesting how they put these distractions out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting men, that address these things. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah. So that's an interesting thing. So it's not really. It I don't know. Maybe there's a reason why that was interesting to men, but it's not interesting to me. For distraction once again, what his wife said, and it sounded like to me people were taking stuff out of context too. But that's a whole other conversation. Um, wanting to be feel desired or whatever by other men, and have groupies and things of that nature, whatever. Right? Um, I think people ask for stuff they don't really know they want. You know what I mean? Um, I'm sure this woman has a fabulous life, all the money that she can have, just live fabulously, right? So why would you even be putting things out there in the ether, in the universe, that's negative about your life and things that's going on? It's just weirdo shit. Like I said, I'm not gonna waste no time on that, y'all. I'm kind of mad I even had this kind of conversation about it. But yeah, so that's it's weirdo shit to me. HR 1242. I I got to go over it again. I don't want to. I don't. I know I've heard of it and whatever, but I don't like any bill that comes from them, bro. Like any bill, because most of them are just conversation, like the HR 420, HR 1242. But we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna look into it, Christopher, right now while we on here. I want to look into that right now. So the bill HR 1242. Um, Yeah, so just off top, man, I already don't like this because it's a House resolution. Already, I already don't like it. They mostly traps, just smoke and mirrors, just talking. So yeah, that's so 1242. I'm definitely gonna look into that right now, so, brother. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the great ones, man. Tuned in, man. We definitely appreciate y'all. Here's the thing, right? You know, we're gonna be chin checking these fools today, right? We were gonna pull out the short bus, stuff like that, whatever. But that's not as you know. I think you know when people hear us, you know, and we doing the things, we're having fun, right? You know what I'm saying? We don't attack. I don't. I don't attack personally. Um, you know, even though I don't like a lot of the things that these guys are saying, you know what I'm saying, the things that they're teaching and even them challenging us and stuff like that, right? But here's the thing, right? We don't have to be emotional, right? We're winning. Remember, they're talking about our information every day. Our information is upsetting their whole paradigm. Y'all have to understand it. So we're doing shit. We're, I think Ty said the other day that these niggas, when they go to sleep, they have nightmares about Aboriginals. This is a fact. These are just facts. If if you just look at just let's just fall back and just keep score, right? There's, they haven't scored ever. It's still zero. They still got zero, and we got like 109, like to zero. They got zero, and I think that's significant, right? So yeah, I think that's significant within itself, right? Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about the actual what we're saying, right? What they're saying and what we're saying, right? Here's the smackdown. Like I said, I don't get into the personal stuff, whatever. I just get into the information. And if you're mad about that, just be mad. You're just gonna be mad. You know, we didn't come here to be your friends. We came here to set you free, right? And to stop the agents who are giving false, fake information to our people, right? Shout out to Dan Calloway, man, making those slave videos, right? And he breaking down in those videos, right? Who was responsible, right, for slavery? And you talk about Aetna, you talk about the banks, you talk about all these different institutions, universities that benefited from slavery, right? Now, here's the thing, right? Now, you know, you watch all these slave things and all this stuff, right? And these fools, right? CBS, NBC, and I noticed how now outside now I can step outside of my emotions, right? So when they talk about slavery and America was built on the backs of slaves, right? Right? Slaves are built on the backs of slaves. And you automatically get emotional because you're emotionally attached to roots and slavery come from, you know, being brought from Africa, right? Well, here's the thing, right? We've already debunked the actual sheer data, right? The sheer numbers of people being shipped into North America, right? Check. Now, anytime we talk to anybody that's opposed to this, right? Anybody, cities, whatever, they to a man will tell you that the black man was in America first. Check. They always say that, but always fall back on like dummies. Always fall back like that's dumb, bro. Always fall back on us being brought here on the bottom of slave boats. Even if you went with the less than 300,000 that disembarked in America, right? It don't add up with the numbers, bro. It was already more people here, yo. It was already people of color here, yo. Like this is not even up for debate no more because you guys believe it, right? Your guys' master teacher saying this, right? And anytime that was corny, you guys and ask you when did we get here, right? Why y'all can't answer these questions? Because anytime that you go back to when you think Africans came to America, right? However you think they came here, it was already people of color here already. So even if you think the Olmecs, which you have you have zero Olmec culture in West Africa. I'm gonna say this again. You have zero West. How about this? You got zero Olmec culture on the continent of Africa. How about that? So for y'all to say Even in your mind, if you say 1200 BC, the Olmecs sailed or walked or swam or levitated, however the fuck they got to America, somebody was already here. Check. Now, I'm gonna stay back on y'all before I get on these things, right? So somebody was already here. Every time y'all say this, somebody was already here, right? So when I hear, oh, the Olmec culture, all these other tribes come from the Olmecs and all this other shit, right? So then I hear Incas and Mayas and Aztecs and all this dumb shit, right? And I'm like, yo, these are not Mayan pyramids. Mayans did not build those fucking pyramids, okay? So they say these things, right? Mayan ruins, Mayan Aztecs, and all these other stuff. These people didn't call themselves none of these things. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about who built America, who came up with civilization. Right now, science is coming out. Shout out to Graham Hancock and them, man, and all of the archaeologists and things, people who out there, geologists out there that put in this work, right, that are begrudgingly finding our ancestors were working here in America for hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions of years. Shout out to Michael Cremo. So when you guys say the shit you're saying, when we're saying America, the great, America greatest, America, right? America is the grandmother. Why are y'all having any issues with that? With all the empirical data that we have, that we've been here, and you say that we was here prior to anybody bringing anybody here. You already said that people was here. So why y'all still arguing about Africa and everybody coming from Africa? So then you got these people stuck on Africa. Africa is not indigenous to the continent of so-called Africa. It's not a language from Africa. Okay? So I'm asking Jabari, where does this word come from? He says nobody knows. You're on a short bus, Jabari. You can't keep telling everybody. You and the next nobody can't keep telling everybody we Africans. You don't know where the fucking word comes from. It's not indigenous to the continent of so-called Africa. So nobody on the continent was calling themselves Afri or Afriques or nothing ever, bro. This is a social political constructed word for slaves, man. So when we talk about this word concept of slavery, you niggas are slaves in your mind. Your mind has been enslaved forever. And you're so enslaved that you continue to enslave your children and children's children, teach them how to keep being slave mentality. Check. Goddamn. So I'm are you serious right now? So for you guys to continue to wrap your arms and your whole existence around words that you did not fucking create. You got niggas running talking about I'm Indian and me. Our motherfucking ancestors didn't call themselves none of these motherfucking words. Oh, we're Gullah and Geechee. We lived on the Gullah and Geechee. That's what they called us. Yeah, motherfucker, they were Seminole. So we run around calling ourselves runaway motherfucking slaves, nigga. We don't want to call ourselves maroons. We was not calling ourselves black. We was not calling ourselves Negroes on this stuff. This is what they descriptive of terms of us, bro. So you niggas is caught up on terms that, and like I said, oh, I'm a Moor. I can't deal with Christians, or I can't deal all these motherfucking labels and terms. You niggas need to have next motherfucker. I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out. How about that? I'm gonna make a video about your ass. Niggas running around here separating. And these niggas always talking about us being separating the community. We're bringing the fucking community together. We niggas over here, them niggas is, last night, y'all are still debating about Hebrew Israelism. Y'all getting at people personally? So it doesn't turn personal over information. Either whether the information is right or wrong, right? So here's the thing. Y'all try to, hey, listen, when people make debates and they do certain things, whatever, I listen to the debates, I listen to what people have to say. Somebody's right, somebody's wrong. The problem is people get into their belief systems and they don't want to come out of them. That's what y'all do. Y'all get into your belief system and say, oh, well, I believe this and this is the way it is. And even if you fucking lose in the debate, you still turn around and say, the UV rays in this zone made people white. You're a liar, you're lying. Your scholarship sucks and you're a liar, bro. Straight the fuck up. You can't teach theories as fucking facts, bro. None of y'all, hey man, no matter if I like you or whatever the case may be, you bring your ass on this motherfucking platform and you start teaching motherfuckers theories as facts, nigga, you're pseudo. And you got the nerve to tell somebody else pseudo. I never teach nothing that's not been fact checked, nigga. That's why you niggas can't never debunk shit I say. Ever. Y'all have never debunked shit we've said over here, ever. Y'all come up with dumb shit. Oh, the Gullah Geechee. Yo, bro, like, I'm not about to, listen, bro, we're not about to talk about no phenotypes. We're not about to talk about no fucking hair. We're not about to talk about no loan words, no food, nothing, man. Was we here or not? Yo, that's all you got. Yo, okay, so the out of Africa theory, how about this? Is the out of Africa hypothesis a fucking fact? If it's not a fact, anything attached to the out of Africa hypothesis is attached to the theory of evolution, is attached to Adam and fucking Eve, nigga. Everything is attached to eugenesis. So, yo, bro, like, come on, fam. Like, even, yo, young Pharaoh, I like what you do, bro. Step your motherfucking game up, fam. Nigga, you niggas is making motherfucking videos about evolution. You ain't said it part 1, part 10, nigga. And y'all still never talk about the out of Africa hypothesis being attached to that, man. You never do that. That's a fucking problem for me, bro. You niggas suck. You niggas come out with shit. Y'all half-ass. You niggas cherry pick information for you. And for you, y'all don't want to wrap yourselves around the truth. You only want to wrap yourself around the information that benefits your argument. What about the fucking truth, man? Does the out of Africa hypothesis attach to the theory of evolution? I'm going to say this the fuck again. It's the last fucking time for you niggas. If the theory of evolution, how about this, was a fact, right? If the theory of evolution was a fact, right? And the fact said, right, they had a fact that man evolved from a fucking monkey in Asia, right? China to be exact, right? You can't have an out of Africa hypothesis if man evolved from China, right? Oh, how about this? Because if he evolved in China, he had to walk the fuck out of China. Nigga, fuck is y'all talking about? So y'all be saying this dumb shit about, oh, I don't fuck Lex. I don't fuck with the evolution and monkey shit, but I believe in the out of Africa hypothesis as a fucking fact. Nigga, you a clown, bro. That's clown shit, fam. That, bro, when you was saying stuff, bro, like you watching what you're saying? Do you go back and watch this shit, bro? Bro, you're ruining your career and your credibility, fam. All you niggas know on the short bus for this, bro. You niggas is still in 2019 talking about you Africans. And we the only ones working with Africans over here. So-called Africans, people from the continent. Right? You niggas ain't working with nobody. We've been working with Africans before YouTube. Where y'all work at with Africans? Y'all didn't even help Professor James Smalls keep his fucking hotel. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, hey, hold on, yo. I gotta address this nigga, man. Yo, like, okay, so what we're saying is, right, that we forgive people for all the things that they're doing, right? We forgive people. So y'all boy just sliding himself right back into the fold, right? Say that word. Y'all just let your boy polite just come on back in, right? Okay. See, it goes back to morality. It goes back to credibility, right? We're going back to credibility, right? Here's the thing, right? We're going back to credibility, right? If you say something out your mouth, right, that has been debunked, and you're not man enough, right? You're not man enough to get on your platform, right, and say you're wrong. But what you niggas do is continue to triple, double down, quadruple down on dumb shit, on theories that you cannot prove. You can't prove UV rays. You can't prove Africa. You can't prove nothing, fam. And when we telling you where these terms come from, where these words come from, y'all like, yeah, I don't know where it comes from, but it don't come from there. So wait a minute, you're telling me that if it don't come from where I'm saying it come from, then you know where it comes from. Say that word. And we say, for instance, that Latin, right, comes from America. So now you got to start looking at shit differently, as opposed to them bringing everything to America. Why couldn't things came from America, went there first, and then came back? And you're only seeing it from a perspective that was given to you by them, man. I mean, is this real? Do y'all see the foolery that y'all doing? Like, is this real? Like, come on, seriously, like, come on, is this real? So here's my point, right? If you're a teacher out here, right, any of you niggas, Aboriginals, Hebrews, Moors, whatever, right? You should be man or woman enough to say, hey, this is a belief. This is my belief. I believe monkeys fly, right? I believe this, right? I believe these things. And I could deal with that. But when you coming out saying, any of you niggas, saying that this shit is a fact, I got a problem with that. Even when Aboriginals say, oh yeah, people walked across the Bering Strait, is that a fact? Or is that a story? Why the fuck is we walking when we had boats for hundreds of thousands of years? Please explain that to me. Please. Can we please explain that to me? Why are you walking? And here's another thing, right? Like I said, we're getting at everybody. Why are you not like the Graham Hancocks and everybody, or Americans? But what they fail to say is, right, and it's interesting to me that these scientists were failing to say, they're always saying humans, right? Then they know that 13,000 years ago, 130,000 years ago, it was only people of color on the planet. But what they're doing, right, is associating fake Neanderthals and fake people that they don't have a bone for, right? They don't have anything for. They got DNA, right, of people they don't know nothing about. So they created a whole race of people to put themselves into time periods that they didn't exist. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? And what they said is that our ancestors mixed with these people to create them. Y'all get this? And because they were in cold climates, right, the UV rays, that because you're in a colder place, right, that your genetics change because of the sun rays, right, and because of different fish and stuff that you're eating. These are the stories that Unc teaches, yo, that these niggas teach. They teach the continental drift. They teach dumb shit that they can't prove, bro. Like, this is, once again, if you can't prove what you're teaching, you are teaching from a pseudoscience perspective, bro. Am I wrong about that? Is that, hold on, how about this? Am I wrong about that? Can somebody please explain that to me? Am I wrong if you can't prove what comes out your mouth, right? If you can't prove it, that's pseudo. Check. Okay, so let's start seeing everything that falls under pseudoscience, right? We've already said that the out of Africa hypotheses hadn't made it to the theory stage yet. Hypotheses, right, is a theory that is not, how about this? It's a hypothesis that has not made the theory stage to even make it to the factual stage. So they will confuse you. This is what they do. They will confuse you by saying that the out of Africa, this is what they say theory, has scientific facts to back it up, right? Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Woo job, all you clowns. The out of Africa hypothesis is not a fact. A fact is a fact. Just because a theory or hypothesis has facts in it, don't make it a fact, bro. There's no such thing as a scientific fact. They're two different things. There's no such thing. It's two different words. It's not a compound word that you can get a definition for a scientific fact or a scientific theory. These are two different words, okay? And science is observation and guessing and speculation and theory, homie. Okay? Science itself is speculative, bro. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I don't have no notes. I do this. This is what I'm doing. I do this. We done read this shit so many times. We know it. Like, bro, like, what do y'all talk about? We know the statistics on the DNA. Out of Africa hypothesis is in pseudo-land. DNA is attached to the theory of evolution. Okay? If it's not attached to the theory of evolution, right? You wouldn't go back to Africa. And it's ironic how white people just stop in Ireland. If they had migrated out of Africa, why would their DNA patterns only stop in Ireland or Wales or Spain for that fact, which is 9 fucking miles away, or Italy, which is maybe a few other less than 100 fucking miles away from the coast of so-called Africa. So what you're telling me is that all of these things, right, that you guys are backing, right, the theory of evolution, that you say you're not, but you do. You're Darwinite, and you know it. The out of Africa hypothesis is attached to that, and you guys are really, for real. I guess you don't see that. I guess you guys don't see the fact that you are a part of the problem, that you're pushing Sir Francis Galton's agenda, that you're pushing Margaret Sanger's agenda. Okay, Margaret Sanger's agenda would be pushing out of Africa, right? That would be pushing the theory of evolution, right? The out of Africa hypothesis goes with roots, okay? Everything that they're setting your ass up for can't be proven. There's no proof on any side of this. So DNA, out of Africa hypothesis, theory of evolution are in the pseudo side, okay? Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem, y'all. Here's the problem that they have. Everything that they talk about comes from that pseudo side. There's no coming back. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, bro. There's no coming back from this, bro. Like every time y'all open your mouth, y'all know, if you know for a fact that the theory of evolution is eugenics, why the fuck you don't know that the out of Africa hypothesis is a part of that too? How you don't know that? Young Pharaoh, how you don't know that the out of Africa hypothesis is a part of eugenics too, bro? How you don't know that? I need you to explain to me how you don't know this. Seti, how you don't know? How do you make another fucking video about Darwinism and you don't know that the theory, how the out of Africa hypothesis is attached to it? So when I ask you guys, right, Lex, is Africa over? Well, no, it's what we call it now. Okay. So what you guys wait for is you sit around and wait for the white man to change your name so you can start calling yourself something. Is that what you're saying? And how slow is that, bro? Like that right there don't make sense, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like niggas is killing them. You niggas is killing y'all careers, bro. You're killing your careers. For real. And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this from the top. I should have said this from go. I only debate my equals. All others I teach. Okay? So 99.9% of the time, I never debated none of you niggas. Because you don't have no information to, like, here's the thing, right? When you debate somebody, you're supposed to know their information just as well as you know. This is debate 101. Before you debate anybody, you know their position just as well as them. And if you don't know that what we're doing in America, and that America's older, you don't know LiDAR technology, you don't know craniology, you don't know geology, you don't know science that's backing us up, you need to shut the fuck up. Like, for real. Like, why would you debate somebody or try to debate somebody you don't even know their side of the story? And you clowns have had long enough. You've had years to do the research on this. But you clowns continue. We put it in video form. We put Medicine Man, Cure Mayo, Johnny Aborigine. Like, niggas put visuals out. Niggas put out books and y'all still refuse to do the research on what we putting out here. I asked these dudes, I asked your bar in the chat room yesterday, right? I said, did you ever do your research on that step pyramid in East Kentucky? Somebody in the chat room shouted at them and said, yo, Kentucky has a lot of hidden treasures. I said, guess what? America has a lot of hidden treasures. America is a hidden treasure. America is grandma. You niggas can respect that or check it. So, oh God. Oh my God. Yo, this is why I said this morning, right? God, this is why I had to wake up to, right? Oh my God. Hey man, so shit, man, shout out to field advisory, right? Like I said, this is never, ever, never nothing personal. Okay? It's never nothing personal for me. I don't get into the personal shit. I only get into the factual shit, right? Here's the thing, right? So Phil has a correspondent that was over on the continent, right? I'm not only going to say Africa, on the continent, right? And I think they were in Uganda, right? And so the guy that was doing the interviewing of the people on the streets, right? The question was, do they think, are they opposed, or are they for African Americans coming there and getting citizenship, right? So they talked to like 4 men and 1 woman, right? All the 4 men were like, yes. They all spoke perfect English too, by the way. I want to point that out, right? They all spoke perfect English because they was English. So they all spoke perfect English, and they all had Peter, John, and one of them was named like Ishmael, right? So they all had non-African, how about this, non-traditional continental names. They had invaders' names. Check. Can anybody, can y'all ride with me on this? Can y'all ride with me? Before I get into what they said. Can y'all ride with me? Okay. So these motherfuckers had John, Peter, Paul, and Ishmael. And she was like Sarah or some shit, right? So they all had foreign names to the continent. Check. Okay. So when they asked the dudes, right? One of the dudes like, well, I see why not. Why not? They look like us, they would fit in, right? Next guy, said similar stuff, right? Come to the sister. Sister said, no, I'm not for it. They colonized us once. I said, oh shit. So at least the sister was honest enough to be able to tell the truth. To the men, the hesitation in their voice and the way they were saying they was kind of more on the to me, watching the video, right? Y'all go back and watch the video. I'm mad we can't show shit. Right. Anyway, I want to be able to show stuff and talk about it and all that. So I don't know. We might have to do it on trial. But anyway, so the guy was asking these people in the streets or whatever, and so they came to the sister. And sister said, they colonized us once. Said, whoa, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the American Colonization Society. Doesn't Phil know about that? See, these guys have convenient amnesia when it comes to things that the agenda they're trying to push, right? Now, I'm sure that there's more than 5 people that they could interview, right? And, they can edit things to make it look like, okay, out of the 5 people, only one of them said no. Y'all understand what I'm saying? When they could have actually talked to more people than that. I want you to talk to people with traditional names who don't speak the language, who hasn't been indoctrinated into our language systems, into our book systems, which they enslave your mind. We're talking about mental enslavement. It's worse than ass being enslaved. Ask people that have been locked up. You've been locked up and you've not been locked up. See how that works? It's 2 different things. Oh, come on, y'all. Like, you feel me? If you understand freedom and you understand not being free, right? A mental slavery, a mental incarceration is way worse than them locking your ass up, because even when you locked up, your mind is still free. When your mind is free, your body, everything is always captured. Everything is captured. Your ass is captured, everything. Because if your mind is enslaved, your body will fucking follow, man. Y'all act like Willie Lynch didn't happen. That this paradigm never happened, which is also attached to all of this eugenic shit that you niggas is pushing, right? You niggas push the same exact agenda that they push. That blacks came here on the bottom of slave boats as slaves, in that you are second-class citizens on your own motherfucking land. Shout out to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., man. How many times do our ancestors have to back us up and tell us who the fuck we are? How about this? Your ancestors, these niggas will say, well, we have stories now we had stories that we went in on these stories, and now we have actual science. He actually said that you have actual science now to prove that you're from Africa. What science, Unc, do you have to prove we're from Africa? Because if you got any science, remember it comes from the pseudo side, and you cannot fucking prove it, bro. You can't prove it. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, fam. These niggas can't prove shit they say, and they keep saying the dumb shit, fam. And I'm like, yo, I don't know what else to say. So we gonna keep fighting this fight, man. We're gonna keep pushing this thing down you niggas' throats until y'all get it, man. Because obviously, you niggas have an agenda, right? You obviously have an agenda. Because if you're studying, if you're doing any type of motherfucking research, you will find out the same shit we finding out. And if you were men enough, you would stand the fuck up and say, yeah, I was wrong. I've been wrong for fucking years. My mama was right. My grandmama was right. I'm a fucking asshole. That's what the fuck y'all should have been saying right now. But instead, you niggas are so fucking egotistical and you keep saying the same shit. And you niggas are only doing this. You only do this for glory, for fame. But guess what? When y'all come over here, you're going to get your ass bent up every motherfucking time, bro. We're going to make you niggas look dumb every time, bro. Every time y'all come out with this dumb shit, man, every time y'all say something stupid, any of y'all, man, we're going to be on y'all heads, bro. So I would suggest you niggas tighten up y'all motherfucking scholarship. I would suggest, and listen, I'm glad that you guys show me so much respect, bro. I call it fear. But I'm glad y'all show me that I'm glad. Because once again, you're not my equal when it comes to this information. So yeah, it's not a debate. So I wouldn't step into that either. I wouldn't. I say this all the time, and every time I'm like, oh, well, whatever. Show me somebody, show me better. Bring them. So yeah, I don't give them no fucks, bro. The niggas be talking too slow for me, man. Like, come on, man. Like, when are we going? Oh, shout out to D-Red, right? And I seen D-Red in the chat room. And he was like, yo, why don't y'all debating on programs that you niggas is creating for the community? Niggas debating over religion still, bro. That doesn't do nothing but cause division, animosity, because niggas' belief system is their belief system, bro. The same way that y'all mad and you have a belief system in eugenesis and eugenics. So you niggas believe in eugenics and are emotionally attached to Africa. I was there. So I understand the fucking mindset, but I was wrong. I'm man enough to step up in front of the mic and say, hey, man, I was wrong. I put out some fake, some wrong information, and here's the new information. Now, y'all haven't heard me say this because I don't do that. I don't put out information unless it's thoroughly vetted. Vetted means sift through, looked at, examined, cross-reference. So if I use one reference, I have 5 more to go with that one, right? So when we say, yo, the oldest bones in America are Negroes, right? I don't just pull up one fucking bone. I pull up hundreds. You have 0. You got 0 motherfucking bones, bro, from Africa, 10,000 BC. I think that's a fucking problem. So when you start talking about these people in Africa, they say, well, we came there from here. We came there from here. We came there from here. Why y'all not addressing that? So if you have any similarities with 1 or 2 motherfuckers on the continent, why couldn't it have been the opposite? We're saying America's the birthplace of civilization. That's it. We don't know when man was created, but we know when 1 + 1, when building, you know. So he was like, oh, Lex. Oh my God, Lex. I can't believe this. I can't believe you flopped to this, bro. Like, this is crazy. You're going to say that the oldest, see, when you say stuff, you got to back it up with evidence. You say that the oldest building, you say that building comes from Africa, right? That means that the oldest building is in Africa. Check. Well, it's not. And when you say that, you should be able to say, here's the oldest building right here. And you give me a date. Remember I asked for dates? Give me a date. And when you do that, I'm going to give you a date that predates that from America by thousands of years, bro. Thousands of years, not like a couple, 2 or 3. Oh man, this beat you by a year or two. No, Nick, thousands of years. And what I can also do is show you way more shit than you have in Africa. Not shitting on nobody, that's just true. If any other culture had what we have here in America, right? If any other culture had this, check. If any other culture had what we have in America, they would be considered the grandest. Everybody would be looking towards them, but they had us looking away from our power too, so they can steal it and take it, man. Are y'all not understanding this? You're standing on your fucking power. People be like, where are we gonna get an army to fight against these tanks and all these things that they have? Nigga, that's your motherfucking army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, bro. That's not, you're not a foreigner. These armies, navies, Air Force, Marines were built on the backs and the blood of our motherfucking ancestors. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta wake the fuck up, bro. You niggas is continually putting out fake ass information that I'm like, yo, bro, like I would be chilling. Like I'm like, yo, I'm trying to chill. I wanna build with these brothers, and maybe we could put the information in there. But goddamn, bro, y'all make shit hard, bro. Y'all continue to put out fake information, bro, that's not real, and the people are following dumb shit. The out of Africa hypothesis is not a dig it. The out of Africa hypothesis is not a damn fact, yo. So let me shout out to some of the chat room, man. Shout out to Ron Redbird 101. Piece of the guy, man. We got Lotus Television in the building. Yo, man, we're gonna bring a few brothers in here, man. I definitely want to chop it up. Me and Lotus gonna have to definitely do a build on these foods, man. Let me see what else we got in here. We got David Corey in the building. Peace King. Got Miss Pony Locks. Peace Empress. How are you? Thank you. Oh no. Okay. Okay, we got you modded up, Pony Locks. We got Mr. Alton Warren in the building. Salute King. Hold on. We got Mr. Chad Murdoch in the building. Peace of the God, man. Thank you, brothers, for coming out. Thank you, sister, for coming out. We got Starface in the building. Fake mud plugs. That's a fact. Fake everything. We got Anonymous in the building. People on both sides of the aisle follow a scripture. Facts. Anonymous. They got freckles. Shout out to Anonymous. See what Chad said. He said, then even that case. Horse breed. Yeah, he getting into horse breeding with monkey. If a horse breed with a monkey, with a donkey, that's offering is no longer a donkey or a horse. It's a mule. Okay. Oh, that's a straw man, supposedly. Okay, yeah, I think so too. Shout out to Andre in the building. Starface said a female horse and a donkey make a hybrid or mulatto. I don't know about the mulatto. Yo, so I want to address that, right? Let's address this. Okay. See, these are terms that were created, right? And I seen Dr. Henry Gates, right? He's another charlatan, right? And I gotta say that, and like I said, I'm trying not to call out names. I'm trying to be respectful and to be able to have open dialogue with you guys, right? Because they make an excuse that I'm disrespectful or I say stuff like that, right? But he's a charlatan, right? He's gonna tell Morgan Freeman, right? Shout out to Hawk School, man. Hawk School put out the video, and and we've seen this video, right? But Hawk School put in a video, right? And it showed Morgan Freeman being told by Henry Louis Gates that he had 0% Native American ancestry in his DNA. And I said, So Morgan Freeman told him, well, you're going to have to tell the Choctaw Nation that, right? And his grandma and everybody else, right? Check, right? Okay. Well, here's the thing, right? Oh, God. Here's the thing. This is the problem I have with you, Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr., bro. Skip Gates Jr. This is police should have kicked your ass that day, right? That's why I should have kicked your ass. Because you know this when you're talking to Morgan Freeman, that there's no such thing as mulatto or mestizo or fucking Native American DNA, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? Even when you test the fucking so-called Native American, he has indigenous people and white people in him, bro. That's what you call a fucking mestizo. So when we look up what the fuck a mestizo is, right? It tells you a mestizo is the Aborigine mixed with the white boy that came here. Check to make a mestizo, right? A mestizo could range from Native American to Mexicans to so on and so forth. Do y'all get it? Mestizos are also in the Philippines. Mestizo is Spanish for mixed generations, motherfuckers. It's not Macho Man, Randy Savage. It's mestizo, misogyny. That's what we call it in English. Misogyny is mixed generations. That's it. So anytime you see a Native American, he is mixed with the original. That's us and white people, motherfucker. And there's no Skip Gates Jr. There's no motherfucking DNA, nigga, for no fucking mixed person, nigga. See what I'm saying? You would bring these two different people. So this is what I'm saying, bro. It's more fuckery. So when you tell Morgan Freeman he don't have any mixed DNA, he's not a fucking mestizo, nigga. Yo, man. Fuck is wrong with y'all, bro? That's why, shout out to Libra, man. That's why we're gonna put cases on y'all asses. Shoot program around this motherfucker. Fuck is wrong with y'all? We're gonna put cases. Anytime y'all say African American out your fucking mouth, nigga, I hope somebody, man, I hope like you get a piece of paper in the mail, nigga, and say you owe us money, nigga. Keep our motherfucking, man, put some motherfucking respect on our motherfucking names, man. We're not letting up, yo. We're not letting up. We are not letting up, yo. So I'm trying to tell y'all, we're not letting up. If y'all thought we came with it already, we don't, bro, that was nothing. We just getting started. We got so much stuff cooked up. Working on this debunking slavery, right? You know what I'm saying? Working on that piece, man. It's gonna kill them. Working on Egypto America. And look, I want you to steal my ideas. Do them. It's not the information is for the end of the universe. Everybody needs to know this information. Some of you niggas hold information like it's yours and you got it from somewhere. Oh, you want people to pay you for information that's liberating them. Interesting. Niggas need to get y'all shit straight, bro. Anybody can get it. Y'all know what it is, man. We not playing with y'all. I just like I said, man, you either righteous or you not. And a lot of times we're seeing a lot of unrighteous people that we're dealing with. And that's just not it is. So my thing is, if SETI, anybody, Garfield has a 9-point program. Dope. I interviewed him on it. And he actually said he agrees with me 98% of what I was saying. So those things that we can agree on, we should build on those. We shouldn't be focusing on, oh, you call yourself a Hebrew. Huh? So like I said, the personal stuff comes in there, whatever. So here's my thing, right? Here's my thing, right? Now, one thing I do, I don't think Jabari will want to actually step into a physicality arena with the Captain Cesario. I don't think he wants that smoke. Check. I mean, come on. Like, I'm not saying he's more of an intellectual, right? And that's his thing. He says he's intellectual, and so I think that's the only way it should stay at. The problem is, Jabari, you say some things that could step into the physical ring, bro. That's why Zion Lex want to put hands on you. You step over there. And once again, these guys have an emotional attachment to this religion, to these paradigms, bro. They have an emotional attachment to it. So it's not like you can come and just shit on it like this, bro. Like, people have a resistance to it. And I used to do it. And like I said, man, shout out to the Aboriginal Hebrew Trinities, man. If you listening in, peace of God, man, hit me up, bro. I just learned so much more, man, and just came full circle when it comes to spirituality, not religion, spirituality, and doing more research in America. Once again, the oldest temples, the oldest forms of writings come from America. Okay? Period. We gotta stop. We gotta stop the bullshit, yo. Like seriously, we really do. Peace to everybody, man. Let me see what's in here. Yeah, I mean, he said Christopher said they're not stepping out their comfort zone. Well, here's the thing, right? I remember stepping out mine, right? It was you always have to be uncomfortable. You should never be comfortable being comfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable, bro. Like that's the whole thing. You have to be uncomfortable. Like you have to be like, okay, check this out, right? I've learned this. I believe this, right? But because you're a free thinker, you can let those things go, right? You don't have to be bogged down in that way of thinking, right? You could be comfortable with learning some new shit. You could be comfortable with saying, you know what? Yeah, I learned that in African American studies, and that might not be true, right? That might not be as true, right? And see now, right? You got people, that come from the standpoint of like, yo, you guys are supporting people that say that slavery wasn't that bad and this and that and the third. The problem that you're having, right, with this whole thing, right? If you're gonna give just on the basis of the word slavery alone, right? Are you gonna get white people who came here as slaves, who worked as slaves, right? Are you gonna give them reparations? Do they stand in line with you to get reparations, right? Because I see you guys argue, about Haitians and Jamaicans, not getting reparations. But here's the problem that you have. Well, you have Pequots that were fighting the Dutch and was sent, right, displaced, hundreds of thousands of them displaced into the Caribbean islands, right? Right. You also had people being displaced from the Caribbean islands back to the mainland. It's called blackbirding. We talk about blackbirding all the time. These niggas act like it doesn't exist. It existed for thousands of years. It's an act of war. Okay? It's called blackbirding. So people act like these terms don't exist and you keep moving it and with this fake paradigm, right? And this is what we're calling out. We're calling this fake paradigm out, right? So every point that you guys have, we debunk it. I think y'all, when we keep a score, right? When y'all ever see me going back and forth with somebody, right? Not a debate, but if you ever see me going back and forth with people, how I would like to work is I like to work on their side of the argument, right? Because I know their argument, they don't know argument, so we don't need to argue what the fuck Aboriginals and first, logic and science. We don't got to argue that, right? But we know their side, so I kind of argue from their side and put pressure on them from their side, right? And debunk what they're saying. So if you say UV, you say science, you say DNA, the last few things that you do have, which remember, hold on, my hand up. Remember, y'all asses is in the pseudo lane. You're over on the pseudo side. You're not on this side, on reality, on evidence. You on the pseudo side, right? The fact that we're on our own land right now, okay? That's a good indicator that you're from here. Check if your great-great-grandparents were born here, all 8 of them, right? What about your great-great-grandparents? All 16 of them. Your great-great-grandparents, all 32 of them. You can never get DNA and know who those people are. The technology isn't there, bro. And so when these guys say this, right? When we say, yo, your mom was born here? Yeah. Was your grandma born here? Both of them? Yeah. Were both your grandfathers born here? Sure. What about both your great-grandparents? 8, see what I'm saying? 4. When you ask these questions, who was born in Africa? Who? Who passed down anything? What y'all saying is y'all people are so weak, they ain't want to have nothing to do with Africa no more. Right? That's what you said? Come on, bro. We're not Africans. We're Americans. We're the first Americans. They did not bring us here on the bottom of slave boats or cargo boats or any kind of boats that you can think of. All you have to do is produce it. You don't have to keep talking to us about it. Produce it. Peace the blue. He said the Pequot is, I can't pronounce that. And that's my mom's heritage. Okay. And her people were moved to Jamaica in 1802. Keep spitting fire. Shout out to Blue, man. Hey, bro, you over in the UK or something? Shout out to the brother. Hey, man, shout out to all the brothers and sisters over in the UK, man, over in Europe in general, man, holding it down. Now, shout out to all the brothers and sisters that's from the continent. We don't shit on nobody, man. The Somalians, the Ethiopians, the Congolese. Peace and love to everybody. Ugandans, man. Y'all, I used to want to be from Uganda. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, right? I told y'all I wanted to be from the darkest jungle, where the darkest, or in my mind, where the warriors came from, the Zulus, right? I wanted to be a part of the warrior class, right? But guess what? We're the warrior class. We are the best motherfucking fighters on the planet. Check. The best. Nobody can beat us. Shout out to John Bones Jones. Nobody can beat us. I can't wait to see him and Lightbender get together. Hey, Stylebender, brother Israel, he's Nigerian. Love him. Brother can fight. I don't take nothing from him. See what I'm saying? But we the best. We the best fighters on the planet. And it's interesting to me, we're getting back to the point, that people that are from the Caribbean islands, right, know, even when they're in the UK, they know the difference between themselves and a person that's from Nigeria. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, they don't say, oh, man, fuck the West Indies, right? They're closer in Europe, right? They could be in Spain, whatever, right? They're closer to Africa, but they still know their homeland in the West Indies, Barbados, so on and so forth, right? Jamaica, right? So when we talk about restitution, I like to say restitution, right? That would include displacement of Pequot, of Arawaks and different people like that or whatever. So yes, they should be included. Don't exclude nobody, man. That's the problem. Stop excluding people from things that you're trying to do. Add people to it. If a white boy walk in the thing and say, yo, man, my people were slaves, what you gonna say? No? He can't, he wasn't a slave? He can't, oh, he's a European descendant of slaves. He's not an American descendant of slaves. You see that word? Okay, so all right, so Europeans, do they get reparations in y'all paradigm? So yeah, those are the things we gotta talk about. All right, so shout out to Blue for that, man. We got Sirius Killmonger in the building. He says Dr. Umar Johnson going to open up a Pan-African school in August to program and Africanize our children. Yo, bro. No. Hey, serious, bro. We played the trailer over here, bro. I don't know if it was last year or beginning of the year. No, we played the trailer, man. It was definitely weird. Like, yeah, it was a weird situation. Well, here's the thing, right? Dr. Umar Abdullah Johnson, right? I don't think he added the Abdullah in there, right? So anyway, I told this story the other day, right? I was watching, he did an interview. He was in Japan or something, right? And the brother that he was interviewing was from the continent. Now, here's the thing. That brother was from the continent in Japan. Check. He knew where he was from in the continent. Now, if he was from the Caribbean islands or America, he would have been like, yo, he would have been like, I'm from the continent. I'm from the Caribbean islands. See how that works? So, so he asked Umar Johnson, he said, yo, why you don't drop that name, that slave name, that Johnson like that? And Umar was like, yo, well, he didn't really have a vague answer to it, but he was like, yo, it's more about his family, whatever, right? But here's the thing, right, Umar? You attached to it, bro. Your spirit is attached to Johnson, fam. And guess what, y'all? Johnson is not a slave name. Jackson is not a slave name. We was not named after them, bro. Green and brown, all these other things were not named after these people, bro. So some people might have had the same name as a slave master or landowner or something, right? We're going to say landowner, right? Because landowners had to employ people or if they didn't have enough children to do it. So they had to employ people, right? So that would have been considered slaves. Yeah, so the landowners would have been, would have been us, or would have been, you would have may have been a family member of that person, right? So you would have maybe named yourself after that family because you're part of the family. Not as opposed, you just because remember people that were in people. Remember, family means slave, right? Shout out to the Empress Copper Hobart Empress, right? Empress Hobart. That's what she talks about, right? Family being slave. Well, guess what? If your family would be working unpaid labor, you don't pay your family members for labor, do you? I'll wait. And why do you need so many slaves if you don't have Walmart? So yeah, slavery is being over exaggerated, especially if you're getting paid, right? So guess what? Today in 2019, you have a slave mentality because you have been ingrained into slavery through Willie Lynchism, through television, through commercials, through news, pre-programming you to be a fucking slave, right? So So it's brothers and sisters that technically actually look at themselves and us as slaves today in 2019 based on the propaganda machine, right? That for years has been putting out this information. So I just say this right here, right? If we know we have this psychological damage going on, right? But we continue to support Williamshism, right? We support degeneracy. We support all the things that is working against us, right? And like I said, once again, that's weirdo stuff to me. Like why do we continue to allow outside influences, right, to affect you internally, right? We should be able to step our shit up, man, and do something different, bro. So yeah, no, it's just getting weirder and weirder, y'all. Shout out to Ibrahim Ishmael in the building. Oh shit. Ishmael said Senegalese, Nigerian, and Somali food is delish. Wow. Hey bro, I've never had no. Yo, anybody here besides Ishmael had any Nigerian or any other type of food? I don't know what they have in it. Like what's the base of the food, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I just think it's weird for us not to, not to have eaten or to have the desire, right? We go to Taco Bell and Panda Express before we go to Nigerian Express, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it is good. Maybe we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because we've never even thought about trying it. Ishmael, Ibrahim. You know what I'm saying? We never tried. We never even thought about trying it. So maybe it is good. I don't know the seasons they use, whatever. Like I said, I had one opportunity when I was in college, and I had a couple of partners. We was doing business, right? We had a little group, businessmen, right? And they were from different places. I'm kind of one from Ghana, I think. The other dude from Nigeria, right? Whatever, right? So anyway, so they all lived like international, like little dorms, right? So met up there, was funky motherfucker, right? And then they was like, yo, they were all sitting around this thing, and they were eating, they were putting their fingers in their hands, and they were eating it. I passed, and it was goat. So I where y'all get that goat from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, was it like, did y'all ever go to a market anywhere? I'm from the South. I never went to a market. It was goat in the market, right? So we don't eat goat. Check. So my point is, here's my point. Why don't we eat any food? And I'm going to a Nigerian restaurant today, y'all. If they open, it's literally a block away from me. I've never even seen nobody go to it. I think that's weird. And that's a common name in dark skinned people. Yeah, Blue said the surname Robinson. Yeah, so when we talk about names, right? Names were kind of like, you could have got a name based on your complexion. Somebody gonna be like, when they were registering you and your people, whatever, they be like, oh, y'all brown, or you're brown. Oh, you live next to the woods, or you woods. That's what I'm saying. So names, you're a shoesmith, a blacksmith, blah, 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 blah. Your name is Smith, right? Your grandfather who's the head of the household, or great, whatever, right? At the time, the head of his name was Jack. All of y'all are Jack's son now. It wasn't because of no damn white people, man. Like no pale skin, they not enslave us like that, bro. Like that. That's not real. That's slavery is fake. They're gaming you. They're putting out these comments. They're putting out these imagery, these things, right? And then they'll tell you about a situation or whatever, right? And then they'll make it seem like it's everybody. Ask the question: where was that at? Did that apply to everybody? No, it didn't. Well, guess what? This brother said his people was taken in 1802. 1802. How you know that? What was going on like 1802 in America? See what I'm saying? So a lot of times people don't put things in context. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're tracing your family back, like you're tracing your family back and you were pre-Civil War or during the Civil War and your people were still free, they own land. See what I'm saying? So a lot of times people get into investigating their family. It's called genealogy, right? Not DNA testing. It's like actually going in your family and tracing your lines back in your family and finding documentation, right? Okay, it's documented that you were born in 85 or 77 or whenever the fuck you was born. It's documented. Check. It's called documentation, right? So you can prove something, use that documentation to prove who you are based on the documentation, birth certificates, things like that or whatever, to prove that you were born at certain times, right? You got death certificates, right? To prove that people were dead and all these type of things, land deeds, marriage things, whatever. These are things that you research to find out who you are. Jack, you do not swab your cheek and put spit in a tube and send it to the people to trace your ass back to Africa. Okay? That's slow. And the nigga that tells you that is an agent who's taken 6 of them, right? Ask him how many was he gonna pay for you to do? Ask him. That's a simple fucking question. We ain't got to go back and forth. Oh, this, I'm little, I'm small, I'm scary. Yeah, tell me what you got. So yeah, this is what I got going on, y'all. I don't bar none of that shit, yo. Okay, what else we got? Solving the race problem. This is a foolish argument. Yo, I'm not. First off, solving. You can come on here, get this work. Number one. Number two, I'm not arguing. I'm spitting it. I ain't arguing shit. My nigga, I ain't arguing nothing, bro. So I don't know about foolishness or whatever. I don't fuck around with foolishness. Yeah, you know, he good, Ishmael. We ain't tripping on that. I would feel a way if everybody was riding with me. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't have nobody against me, I don't know how it would work. I don't know how it would function. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm uncomfortable with everybody agreeing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm at with it, man. So he said, I want to debate this brother. Bro, hold on, man. Hold on, I'm gonna let you come on here first. This is, bro. I listen here. He said we've been emailing back and forth. Yeah, no, I'm come on here right now. Hold on, I'm about to send it to you right now. So, hold on. Race. What's your email right now? Put in the chat room so we can do this. Let me see. You're gonna put this in the chat room. Morning. Yeah. Supreme holiday. Yeah, when you want to get these false teachers challenge, brother. Oh, hey, I want it right now, bro. I want it right now. What's a better time than right now? You know, what's that, man? I'm race first. What race? You race first? Okay. Shout out to Mr. Dark Bro 1, Pieces of God. We got Nighthawk in the building. Osio, sorry if you want to say bring facts, not the theory. Right? I mean, bro, Nighthawk, hey, come on, bro. Like, listen, that's what he gonna come. Bro, I've already put solving. When you come on here, right, bro, I'm gonna embarrass you. This is what I do, right? But here's the thing, right? If you come on here talking about theories, when we've already put those theories, if there's any, bro, you're going to have to come on here and tell me where Africa comes from, bro. You're going to have to do that. And I promise you, I haven't taught on it yet. So you don't know yet. Is that the word? This is what teachers do, right? So you don't know this yet. So you want to come on here and get yourself, bro. Like, so don't, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But you can put your shit in there. False teaching. Yeah, you definitely gonna come to this work. Shout out to Rolling. Right, Rolling. That's a great question. What solidifies you being black and white? Black and white is a construct. No such thing as black and white. I don't like using it. But sometimes when we be talking, we put shit in context. So Blue said something that was this is some real shit right here, right? Blue said, as soon as my great 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 grandma got to Jamaica, she was on the British rule and was seen as a Pequot on the next census. So this is the same thing that they do with us. They just change their status every other year or every 20 years or something or whatever. And then he said, oh, okay. Now you're gonna start calling us something. You're not Pequot no more. You're not Blackfoot no more. You're not Choctaw no more. So now you African American, or because that's what they call you. Like, come on, bro. Like, Solomon, bro, you're gonna get fucked over, man. Like, I do this for real, for real. Like, for real, for real. I do this for real, bro. Like, come on, I need it. I don't mind eating a little breakfast today. Shout out to Tower, peace to God. I do not have no problem with that, bro. So put your name, put your email in there, man. Or email me right now. I'll send you the link right now. What we got here? J Rock in the building. You know what I'm saying? He took fake ass in. Bro, like, well, that sounds crazy. Father, please don't come here talking about the DNA test, bro. We've already, if you don't know that the accuracy of that is less than 0.1%, bro. Like, that's less than zero, bro. Like, that's not, you can't use that. So I don't know what you're gonna use in this argument, but I'm waiting. Okay, I'm way over here. Is that better? I'm reading. Shout out to Chief Smoke, Halito. We got Coppertone Tony in the building. Peace to the guys, man. We got Golden Moon, aka KD. We all been on and doing this for a while now. Fact, if you don't like the information, yeah. So they don't have to move on. Like, you don't have to move on. We don't mind being over people. Solving. You have air and opportunity right now. I was about to bring on some more guests or whatever, but you can come on and get this work right now, bro. Like, straight the fuck up. Because basically what you're saying is that I'm teaching falsehoods. Okay. That's almost fighting words, but it's not. I'm not emotional about it. I'm comfortable. I can defend my positions easily, but I can prove my positions with science. You're gonna definitely have to come on here and have some science, my brother, to debunk what I'm saying. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what we got going on, man. We got somebody wants to smoke. And I don't mind giving out some smoke right now, bro. So yeah. So my father told me before he went to ancestral realm. Yep. So guess what? If your grandmother was Choctaw, your father was Choctaw, guess what that makes you? Choctaw. Ashata. See how that works? Shout out to Chief Warhorse, man. Peace to the Empress, man. Peace to the Goddess. I still don't have the link. Oh, okay. So what's the email? Hold on, y'all, man. I'm about to find it. I have to go out of this and go into the email. You can't put in the chat room, or you don't put in the chat room? Hold on a second. Oh yeah, I'm trying to find it for him. Oh yeah, I got you. Hold on, bro. I'm about to see the link right now. Hold on, it's a test. Hold on 1 second, Solomon. I got you. Wait. Hey, in his defense though, he has been, but y'all know I'll be like, I've got so much shit going on, y'all. I'll be. So yeah, he has been reaching out, put a debate together. So I gotta give him that. I ain't gonna front on that one. Yo, I'm back. So, hey, Solvin, I emailed that to you. So, yeah, man, we're going to get this in. Shout out to DOT in the building. Oh, man. What are you talking about? Yeah. The mod's probably blocking it. No, yeah, don't block nothing, Joe. Like, he's not saying nothing. I posted my email twice. Oh, yeah, I didn't see it. Well, I emailed you, though, bro, so I got you. I got your email. It popped up. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna make light work real quick. Solving. This is interesting. Yeah, so yeah, solving. That's what's up, bro. Like, so you got that. So we'll be coming in a minute, and yeah, man, we'll be going from there, man. Shout out to Aboriginal Power, man. We'll be coming through a little later. Shout out to A1. Shout out to Jag, man. Putting out great work, man. Shout out to the squad killers. Yeah, we just waiting on solving to come through, y'all, and have some fun. Big Hawk in the building. Yeah, hey, Big Hawk. I was looking at that too, right? I think that's what really happened. And Lex is the type he just want to fight. He want to go against the grain anyway, right? Niggas want to do this. He want to go hunt and gather and shit, right? He want to be a hunter gatherer. So now that didn't work. It didn't get nobody to go out and hunt and gather with him. So now he said, "Well, fuck, they done killed all the Pan Africans. We really killed y'all, like for real, like seriously. Like I don't even know why y'all still talking this dumb shit, but." So yeah, I think so too, Big Hawk. You ain't got no mind like you. That's crazy. So yeah, man. Shout out to all the mod squad, man. I hope everybody gonna be mods on this motherfucker. And I just figured out how to mod people up. Shout out to all the guys, man. We definitely appreciate everybody. So Ibrahim, he said Indians were hunter gatherers. No, yo, bro, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Lex was on his hunter gatherer wave. That wave didn't happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking bad about hunter gatherers, brother. Shit, you still got hunter gatherers to this day. That's indigenous to this land, right? But at the same time that you had hunter gatherers gathering, right? You had advanced civilization in the Americas for thousands of years. Thousands. Civilization that predates all other civilizations on the planet. One of the things is to be able to make tools. Okay? Metallurgy, mining, brain surgery. Okay? Yo, hey Solomon, I don't know if you got that yet. Hey, coward, absolutely. So yeah, Ibrahim, I'm not saying that. I was just jaking him, man. I was making fun of him wanting to be a hunter gatherer. So I use that word specifically because that's what he was trying to do. But during the same time that you're people are hunter-gathering, right? Or surviving, living off the land. You got people building civilizations, building irrigation, building agriculture, right? So that's what was going on. That's what our ancestors were doing. So yeah, you still have people that was living off the grid, all shit forever. Like they never not lived off the grid. They always lived off the land, and so they still got those people going on today. So yeah, so that's what's going on, y'all. So yeah, no disrespect to nobody, bro. Let me mind you up, Abraham. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely, man. Like it's all love over here, man. So I wish I didn't have to be at these guys like this, bro. Well, we could have like a conference or something, and then we can come to the conference, an identity conference, right? That's what we should call it. And we all come together, right? And we're not African Americans, so you're gonna stop calling us fucking African Americans, right? Now, we like the first Americans, right? Now, some people don't like Americans. That's fine, but you have American in front after African, so you got American in your fucking name already that they gave you. Okay, so what we're saying is, before you wasn't the African American, right? Before they added the African in front of your name, American, you were just American. That was classified as Negro, it's classified as colored, that was classified as Black Indian, that was classified as Maroon. Do you understand? Do you understand that they had Maroon colonies? That's what they call them. They were brown people from Florida to Canada. Okay? Maroon colonies, settlements, cities already established. So when these Europeans came in, why didn't they just, like some of them, they changed some of the places, like, Virginia, certain things, whatever, right? But for the most part, everything was still named what it was named. They came and changed a few things, but for the most part, they didn't come name Alabama, Tuscaloosa. They didn't name, they taking shit over, bro, and changing it up. Oh, now it's not the Tuscaloosa River, it's the Black Warrior River. Oh, we're not gonna tell you that Tuscaloosa's the Black Warrior. What are you talking about? The 7-foot chief? We're not gonna tell you that. We're not gonna tell you that this your motherfucking land. We're gonna keep playing with you, right? We're gonna keep playing these word games. We're gonna play all these fucking games to take you off your land so we can usurp the power from it and be world powers. America is the strongest on the planet because of us, not because some little weak motherfuckers came here and took our shit. No, remember, we're the best fighters on the planet. Period. So yeah, we got a lot to stand up for, a lot to be proud of, man. So when we say first Americans, right? First, it's a concept that puts us in the front of the line, in front of everybody. So when other people come here, right, and start looking down on you, you could say, hey, fuck, I'm the first. You Johnny come lately. When did people come in? 1938? A lot of them know when they came here. And they teach it. They teach it to their next generation. You Italian, boy. Right? You Italian. You Sicilian. You're German. Don't ever forget it. And we're going to have Irish parades and German this. And, y'all follow me? So they honor, they continue their thing here, right? Not us. We don't have, listen, think about this, right? If we was to have a parade or okay, let's start honoring America, right? They have put us in a mind frame that we have to, when we go back to the past, that we can only look into slavery, right? Slavery only. That's your past. That's your shit. You wasn't landowners. You wasn't builders. You wasn't warriors. You wasn't none of that. You were slaves. Y'all understand the concept that they push. So Solvin, I sent you the email. Yes, Solvin, I'm against that. And bro, if you against what I'm saying and you're on that side, then you're gonna lose, bro. So yeah, I sent you the email. I don't know if you got it yet. Right. Christopher, we don't mimic nothing from Africa, bro. Nothing. Ain't nothing, bro. Like, none of that shit. We don't mimic shit. When last time y'all mama cooked? Y'all mama done cooked tacos. She done made lasagna. What else? Niggas making Chinese food. When y'all made some motherfucking Nigerian, I don't even know what to call it. What? When? When y'all made it? Shit might be good, Ibrahim. We might be missing out. Don't even know. Shout out to Mystery Hawk in the building. Yeah, bro, Black Warriors, bro. Like they got us out here, like we ain't did nothing. American West Indian Parade. Yeah, Born Free. That's what's up. Um, that's a good point. That's a great point. So we have carnivals, right? Mardi Gras. Peace, peace, peace. We got solving a race problem in the building. Peace to
Hey,
the brother. How
peace.
you doing, man?
Peace. What's going on, good brother? Can you hear me all right?
Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming in, man. And also, man, thank you for lending us your voice in the chat room, man. Like a lot of times, man, I don't like I say I don't like to block nobody for having a difference of opinion or what I have, right? Hopefully one of us can learn, we can learn from each other, but one of us could change the other's mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
You feel me?
And
So
and
that's kind of what it's about. So it's definitely never no hate, man, never nothing like that. So yeah, so you said that I have false teachers, right?
right,
So
right.
let's
So what
uh
I'll start it out and say, you a humble brother. That's why I've reached out to you before, and we chopped it up back and forth through email. We just didn't get a chance to set anything up. So you coming in with that humble energy, I'm gonna come in with the same thing that hopefully, if I'm in error about something, I'll be the first person to admit that maybe I was wrong about me looking at the information. If I've come to a incorrect conclusion, and maybe one of you brothers could adjust what I'm thinking. So the reason why I said it's false, primarily I have a problem with this misinterpretation, and I heard you speaking on it before. This misinterpretation of what race is and how that's applied to contemporary society. What I mean by that is that I've talked to I guess he's top in one of the quote unquote top guys in the Abo community, Carimio, and I get the better side of Carimio, and then I say, let's just sit down and have a debate. You present your information, I present mine, and then it's I don't debate. So hopefully, me and you can do the same thing. We can get a quick exchange here, and then bring it out and have a chance to exchange information, post slides up, and all that stuff, and then we'll see where it goes from there. What you think? Yo,
yeah, my bad. I was talking on mute.
can
Yeah, I
you
can
hear? Is it
appreciate
going
that,
through
man.
all right? I don't know if you can
Oh no,
hear
no, it
me.
sounds good. You definitely sound good. Here, okay, I definitely have a problem with that. Here's the thing, right? Like I said, you stated in the thing that it was some false teaching. So I kind of want to
Right.
kind of address that, and then we can kind of go from there. Because if I know what the issue is, then I can address it. Maybe like I said, maybe we could get on the same page.
Okay.
Because I've been.
Yeah, I'll tell you the primary reason why I'm saying it's false teachings is because the Aboriginal movement itself is like a pseudo transnational movement. And transnationality, that's a term that I've coined that essentially means it's this transnational. And what I mean by that is we're in a society right now where I'm not really a man, I want to identify as a woman. That's that trans thing. So that transsexuality, trans racialism is coming into play with Rachel Dolezal. And I've coined the term transnationality, where you can be a person who is black, meaning your racial classification is black, whether you like it or not. But then we get to play these nationality games of I'm not really black, I'm really an Aboriginal, or I'm not really black, I'm really a Hebrew Israelite, or I'm not really black, I'm really a Moor. And I'm saying these games of transnationality are overall detrimental to the diaspora and the large culmination and progress of this group of people, whether we want to call ourselves black or Choctaw or Hickatah or Pretendian, whatever name we want to go by. If we want to truly see this group progress, and I think that might be our common ground, if we want to see this group progress, playing games of transnationality and misidentifying who you are in reality does nothing to contribute to the progress of this group. So based on that is why I say these are false teachings. Do you have a problem with anything I just laid out?
Well, okay, well, I'm gonna address it. I can appreciate that. First thing, I'm gonna address trans, right?
Uh-huh.
Trans is a transitioning, right? So you're saying it's a transitioning of identity or nationality, check? And you went with everybody's black, right?
Are you asking
Black,
me?
well, I'm breaking it down. Like you said,
Oh yeah.
I'm just well, the problem I have with what you're saying
Now,
is that
can I add in one piece before you go on?
absolutely.
I have no problem, and I think we kind of get tied up into this argument of what should we call ourselves before we progress. If we find out that Aboriginal is the best term that identifies us and we can unify under that term, I'll adopt the term Aboriginal. I'm not against the term. So what I'm saying is
Are
we
you
got to get
against
out of the
American?
mindset.
Are you against American though?
If we just called ourselves
Just
American, nationally, I'm an American. I was born in America. I have no problem using that as a
okay.
national identifier.
So do you see race as do you see black or race in general as a social political construct of eugenics? Do you not see that as
it's a part of a social construct, but there's also a biological component of race as well.
I got those biological things also are a construct of Darwinism and Galtonism and
No,
eugenics.
because they existed in biology in your DNA long before somebody named Charles Darwin existed. Long before there was even a place called Europe, let alone a European to conceptualize these concepts. It's a biological factor.
So skin color and a race was so you can have two people that have different skin colors be the same racial from the same place though, right?
Right, because your race isn't only skin color.
But you can have a white Chinese or what they say a modern Chinese, but then you can have a classical Chinese that would be two different people. But
you see how you're mixing. You're mixing nationality and race. These are two different things. So you could be a black Chinese, you could be a white Chinese.
I think I'm saying that race is a social political construct that we can't use. You're using black, white in a construct that was created by eugenicists. And
right. That's where we disagree, because I'll say that even before the eugenicists misinterpreted what race is, were there people of different colors before eugenics was presented as a science?
Of course, but nobody used race.
Okay, hold on. Then if you agree with that, then you can agree that there's a biological component that existed before we implemented the social construct. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can see where you coming from and say, yeah, I agree with that, but there's two sides. You got to be objective, brother. It's not only social, there's a biological component as well, which you just agree with. So if we take the whole picture.
I think that people use the differences. You see what I'm saying?
In what sense you mean by that?
They're using, let's just say, these differences, right? But before, I don't think that color. No, I know for a fact that color, hair texture, nose size, and all that had nothing to do with who you was. You know what I'm saying? Because you had different type of people dealing with.
Brilliant. I'm glad you make that point, brother. Because now we're gonna get somewhere. Now we're gonna get somewhere.
Back to the teachers though. We gotta get to the teachers though. Like why?
Hold on. We were just going somewhere. Wait, the bus is moving, and now you want to a good point. And I like where you're going with that, because it was not always a factor that people use to identify themselves. So this is why I say this is important. White society has determined this system is going to be set up on a racial hierarchy. So now here the teachings come back into play. So now we have people who are in a society that is based on a racial hierarchy who will say, yeah, we are of this societal faction based on, whatever eugenics, whatever you want to put into it, but that's what you happen to be. And you will have an organization with people who are not your same race, who are Latino, like Caremio, and he'll be saying that he is the same as you. This is racial confusion. So I'm gonna tie it right back into the teachings. Somebody like Caremio, who's a Latino, would not be able to speak to your racial understanding or your racial reality as somebody who's of a different race.
I don't agree with that. I absolutely, wholeheartedly.
Then break that down for me, brother.
I absolutely disagree with that, because that's a social construct that was created by them.
Hold
right?
on. we got to a point that you admitted it was biological, so at least address that it's not just social. This is a biological and
Yeah,
social
but I'm
factor.
saying okay, perfect example, right? If you got children, right, and you got if they don't know anything about colors,
That's
racial,
not true.
unless somebody tell them, bro. Like nobody. This was a created construct that didn't
Okay,
exist.
I know that
That's what I'm
sounds
saying. It
good,
didn't
and
exist.
that makes people feel good, and it sounds good. But do you
I think we're
honestly
getting away
think?
from the teachers part, though. I think we're getting away from our teachers, though. What we're talking
Oh,
about,
okay.
I'm saying, I simply say that we're the first Americans, and that we did not come here on abominable slavery.
Now,
What
what do you mean
what
by we? Who is this we that you speak of?
I'm talking about majority of so-called African Americans were already here prior to
Okay.
them
So
coming.
now I'll ride with you for a
I'm not gonna
second.
give you a number because I don't know. I'm
Now
not gonna.
somebody now like if a Latino comes in, now you just made a distinction of it's the people majority of who we would call Negroes or African Americans. So why do you allow people like Carimio and other non-blacks, and I'm just using black in the sense
Nah,
of
'cause
so we
we don't do it like that though. We don't do that over here. That comes from a played out paradigm that we don't participate in. We don't discriminate against our brothers and sisters who've been mixed in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't
okay,
be true.
then no problem. So what do you use to determine who is and who isn't? Because if there's an amalgamation, if you're just saying it's not just specifically black people, okay, you don't discriminate. Okay, so how do you determine who is an Aboriginal and who is not? Go.
I mean, basically, you know what I'm saying? Like you Aboriginal to somewhere. You either Aboriginal to here, you Aboriginal to there, right?
Okay, so an
So that's
Aboriginal is
simple.
literally anybody.
I'm
Then is
asking
that what you're
you a
saying?
quick question. Where
Hold
are
on,
you
hold on.
indigenous from, brother?
I want to get a clear understanding. So an Aboriginal is literally anybody. Is that your position?
Nah, I'm not saying that. No. First off, you have to be the original people of a place, right?
Okay, isn't
So the
all aren't
original
all
people,
people original to somewhere?
that's my point. It's what we're getting to right there, right?
Okay,
So you either have to be originally from somewhere, right? So
no
when you
problem.
get a person that comes from the continent of Africa that comes here, he's either original from here or there, right?
I'm with you on that.
We got to come from somewhere, right? So what
I'm
we're
with you.
saying is that out of Africa hypothesis is pseudo. And if you go with the out of Africa hypotheses, or you go in any racial category groups that these people have created, they created them under a racial hierarchy, under a system of power that we are destroying by destroying the caste system that you are participating in, my brother. That's what we're saying. You're participating in this caste system by saying, "Oh, Mayo is mixed. Oh, why y'all allow him in the thing?" Well, first off, he's of the original people. We're not denying that. We're not denying that Native Americans aren't mestizo. I already broke that down what a mestizo is. Well, that's what a mestizo is. It would be a mixed generation, but he's still of our people. So we're not throwing away our people, bro. Ever.
Right. So that's why I'm trying to lock in who is the R people, because in one breath you say, okay,
Who's ever righteous? As far as I'm concerned, bro.
it's whoever's righteous, you say?
Yeah, if you
Okay,
righteous,
so
bro, like you know what I'm saying, and you
so
about the
now
truth,
this starting to
I'm
sound
rolling
like
with
a
you.
religion, brother. This isn't a national thing,
No,
a
no,
nationality. This sounds like a
you,
religious meaning who is righteous. How what if there's a horrible person who happens to be an Aboriginal by genealogy? If he's not righteous, he's no longer a part of this?
I mean, we got systems in place for that too.
Hold on, that didn't answer my question though, brother.
Hey, listen, I don't have to like you for you to still be Aboriginal. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Most of the people
Right.
that's
You said that
also
they have to be
like
righteous though.
yourself,
Where that
you're
righteousness,
African, right?
where that
Are you
righteousness
African?
piece come from? Where
I
that
got
right?
you. Hold on. Righteousness is a person that stands with the truth. I'm saying that. Are you African, my brother?
Let me say this to you, brother, because
Are you black?
I
Are you
find
black
this
or
to
you
be.
African? One of the two. That's a fair question, bro.
Can I say something and then I'll answer your question?
Yes, sir.
I find it very interesting that these conversations always get into African self-hate, even though we're not talking about African at all. Like we don't even have to speak on Africa to continue that as conversation, but it always circles back to African self-hate. We're not Africans. Are you an African? Let me draw some division there.
Nah.
Then
Cause see,
let's leave it, because I
okay,
find
okay,
that that's
okay.
contentious.
Okay.
That's
Well, I guess I got to
contentious.
do
So
you
let's
like
leave
this
it
then.
alone. Now let's
You
leave it
must
alone.
not
It's
been watching.
contentious.
No. I got you. No, but you gotta explain to me where Africa comes from, bro. Where
Bro,
Africa and
you
African
see
comes
you
from.
see
Let me
where
go.
you
Let me
see
start
where
with
it
me.
goes. Oh, go ahead.
No, because that means something. Because when I say American, right? I don't know if you've seen,
I said I don't have a
pyramids.
problem. Let's go with American. Let's use American. I don't have a problem with that term.
Wait. But there's tribes here that were already calling themselves Americans, Americ, Americ, long before the white man got here. So my point is, when they came here, people was already saying America, right? So show me African. Where on the planet? Show me.
Okay, like I
Where
just
does
said,
African? Because remember, I don't ask questions I don't know the answer to, my brother. So I need you, Jabari, somebody. If y'all so African, where does Africa come from? That's simple. I know.
here's what you got to do. You got to first find where I said that.
No, I'm
Second,
asking you right now. Like either we are,
okay,
you not.
so
So you
let's do
saying there's
this
a division
because
in African, so you saying that we
hold
African.
let's do this, Chief Holiday. You seem like a brother who is well researched. So let's do the argument outside of the old cookie cutter. We ain't no Africans. We ain't no Africans. I've heard that. I think that's kind of exhausted. Let's use our time and energy and space right now to expand the conversation. You cool with that? Because I've heard you speak on that. I hear those
Yeah,
conversations, and I
yeah,
find it to
but
be
that's
kind of stagnant. It's a stagnant
okay,
conversation.
but but listen though, that's a origin conversation,
Then
right?
I'll do this.
So,
Then I'll concede.
hold
Hold
on,
on.
bro. Let me. So
I'll
if we
concede.
have
I'll
a
say, you know what?
conversation,
Let's call ourselves American. I'll concede the point. I'll say, you know what? Let's call
okay.
ourselves
So
American. I have
that's
no
all we
problem with
saying.
that.
All we saying is we try to position ourselves. No, we're not trying. We're positioning ourselves socially, right? Right? We position ourselves socially so we can politically position ourselves, so we can economically position ourselves for power, bro. That's it. That's
No
all.
problem. Now let's ride
Power
with
is,
that. Okay, I can
power is
stand by all of
controlling
that. I
power is
can.
controlling the resources of this land. Once we can control the resources of the land, we are better equipped to help Africa and help anybody else. Because remember, America is the greatest of all time. We can go fuck up
Yeah.
anybody's country. You
Now
know this.
let's
So
ride
why
with that
not get
because
that power?
I like where you're going with that. Let's ride with that. Okay. So you want to get economic power. We want to get political power. We want to organize nationally. No problem. What is the hurdle in the way of people doing that?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I think mentality, man. Most of our people
Okay.
believe that they can't do anything, and they believe that they're slaves. And oh, poor us!
Okay.
If we try to build anything, the white man is going to come and do us like they did in Black Wall Street. That's weak
Well, let's see
thought,
if
man.
that's true. Let's see if that's true. If people, if we're if Aboriginal people or Black people, once they tried to build certain things, did white society hinder them from doing it? Let's see if that statement's true. Did that in fact happen for for Aboriginal people?
Well, we built the pyramid of the sun. It's still there. That took a long time to do that. We built Teotihuacan. We built El Mirador. I can go on
Yeah,
and on. We
I don't
built,
know if I got an
we
answer
built
to my
Turtle
question though.
Mound. We built Poverty Point. We built Cahokia. We built
Right,
America.
I don't know if I got an answer to my question though. Were there
We
people
wrote the Constitution, huh? We
when you
are. We are hindering ourselves from it, bro. We are hindering ourselves. We are.
okay,
The,
no
the
problem. So
so-called African American, aka the first Americans, aka Aborigines of this
we're
land, the
okay.
first
I got you.
land. Yes,
So
sir.
if I had to say, let's contextualize this, bring it into 2019. Who is the enemy?
The enemy right now, to me, bro, is ignorance.
No, I'm asking you for to
The
personify
enemy is
this.
more internal than external. I say that. The
Could you
enemy ain't Donald
personify it?
Trump. The enemy ain't the Klan. The enemy is us, bro. I verily I've figured it the fuck out. We are our own worst enemy, man. And just watching Sinetium go at Tazaryakim yesterday is a perfect fucking example of that, bro. It ain't about information, it ain't about this, it's about egos, it's about all these other things, and it causes a division. We're not causing a division, we're bringing everybody home, bro. We're bringing you home
Okay.
to what your grandmother said. Where you from, bro? Where you from? I'm about to
So
let's get into this. Where you from? Are you from here or are you from Africa?
I'll say this: where I'm from isn't necessarily relevant to the trajectory of this conversation. Um, what I will say is that okay, we identified the problem, we identify what's going on. Now, just so I have you clear, maybe I'm back at the bus slow. Do you think the solution to solving our problems is attaching to this Aboriginal movement. Is that what you think will solve our problems?
Attaching yourself to the truth, attaching yourself to a lifestyle
What
of
you
America.
determine. Okay, so what's the lifestyle? Tell me about that, because I crazy thing, I've never met an Aboriginal in real life, and I'm saying like life outside of YouTube. It's plenty of y'all in YouTube, and it's fun to play pretend on YouTube and make up a YouTube name, Chief Wakana, and all of this stuff, and it's fun, and y'all can dress up and put on a feather cap. But when you go to your job, you go right back to being Rodney. When you fill out your ID, you go right back to being Jessica. So I know it's fun, and y'all get to play pretend on YouTube. But let's be very serious with this. That do you think this movement, this internet lifestyle that y'all are living, is the key to solving a problem? And I just want to hear that from you.
Hey, I like what you did there, right? You see this brother right here is good. Like he can shoot them shots and do it out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cool, right? But see, here's the thing, right? I'm sure you got a grandmother, right?
That's correct.
Great grandmother.
That's correct.
Right. You do, right? Because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have it, right? And I bet $100 you know what tribe you from. I bet you know what tribe you from. Because you got that story from somebody in your family somewhere down the line. I bet you did. Am I correct, brother?
That I know what tribe I'm from?
A literal tribe that you're connected to, my brother. Do you know
No.
Nobody in your family never told you anything about.
I don't have that information, brother.
Okay, I got you. So you don't have information on any African tribes either, do you?
No, but what I will tell you is that some of the phenotypical characteristics, like long hair, that some people in my family thought that we might have some Indian in us. Crazy thing, after doing some research, I found out that I had some lineage and connection to Guyana, which is in South America. So the roots that we were looking at, the phenotypical expressions of the hair texture that some people in my family had, that was initially thought to be Native American, ended up being South American. So what I'm saying is, we got to be very.
Hold on. Let me address that. Hold on, brother.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead. Do your thing.
Oh my God, Guyana, it's America. Check.
Right, South America. I got you.
It's still America, right?
Yeah, dude. I'm not somebody who's denying and saying that we have no connection to the Americas. I'm familiar with Ivan Van Sertima's work. I'm familiar with Olmec civilizations. I'm not taking that history away from Black people. That's not what I'm here to do. That's what I said. We can progress the conversation. I'm familiar with the Olmecs. Yes.
So are Olmecs African, brother?
I'll tell you this. From my research, from my reading, and what Dr. Ivan Van Sertima says, that those original groups of people did say to be from West Africa. Whether or not you want to believe that or agree with it or bring another contextual source doesn't really matter to me. But according to Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, yes.
I'm a student of Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, brother. And
okay.
I feel like I'm a master's student and taking Dr. Ivan Van Sertima's work from 1977 to the next level. They didn't come before Columbus. We've been here, right? That's my statement.
No problem. I got no problem with that.
Dr. David Imhotep, that's my statement to everybody else that says this, right? So when you say Olmecs, you're talking BC. Negroes were here, BC. When the so-called Olmecs came here, it was still Negroes here. Point being is, this predates the so-called slave trade, bro. This is what we got to keep going back to. We got to keep going back to the enslavement that we have mentally from these words and from these different things, these paradigms that have been put in place. We're saying, I'm just simply saying, is Africa is a new social political construct that they're using for ownership, bro. Like it doesn't come from the continent. Nobody is not an ancient word, so we cannot keep considering ourselves Africans when we've already been here, bro. Like we've been here like for millions of years, fam. And
right. Can I slow you down real quick, brother?
We're saying that America is grandma and that everything came from America. Lex was on here the other day talking about everything came from Africa with no science to back that up.
Let me clarify my position again. I think it's foolish, and I think that we as a community of people, a group of people, have wasted a lot of time on arguing about what should we call ourselves. I'll say it again. I have no problem with attaching to the term Aboriginal or American if that is what it takes to progress the unit forward. So you don't have to argue me down about we not Africans. We not, dude, that doesn't matter to me. What I'm trying to get to is what is the end goal? What is the plan of this Aboriginal movement? Because from what I've seen, it is a lot of talking on YouTube. There's no political organization. There's no legislation being moved now. Now let's just compare it. Let's contrast it with something like ADOS, which just recently, this version of ADOS just recently came out, and they already getting legislation. They already have, at least a national presence. That the Aboriginals been around since Dane Calloway started misleading people, and we can look at their record, and there's nothing. Like their track record, like literally, what have the Aboriginal movement accomplished? You'd have a very small list. Unless I'm ignorant of something, go ahead and let me know those things, those accomplishments that this movement has outside of quote unquote waking people up, exposing them to knowledge that they literally do nothing with. Because Chief Wakata Wakna is still stacking boxes at Target. This information hasn't helped it.
Go ahead. You better not.
I was saying
bro,
that
Chief. You gotta let me address what you're saying, though.
Oh, go ahead. Do your thing, brother.
You're saying false information while saying you agree with the information at the same time, bro. You can't do that. You saying that I was teaching fake, false information. I need you to show I'm teaching fake. We're not gonna get into Daniel because he can't be here to defend himself. I'm gonna defend my teachings. You agree with being the first being here before Europeans. You already agree with that.
I had no problem with that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have no problem with that, right? So what am I teaching, my brother, that you disagree with? Let's get to that. So, because right now you agree with me.
Right. So, okay.
Right. Because we can get into all other things. We've been here. We was already here prior to 1492.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that. I have no problem with that.
Prior to 1619, we was already here, right? Okay. So that means that we are the first inhabitants of this land, right? And we were already Americans.
Well, let me tell you this. You're looking at this from the eyes of your oppressor. 1619 is the year that European, at least the UK enslaved us, but they have been, shipping what we would call African slaves since 1526. So even before your 1619 date, you could find records as early as 1526 that they were transporting African slaves here. Are you one of the people that says the slave trade didn't happen? Are you one of them
yeah.
Aboriginals?
I'm definitely one of the people that say the transatlantic slave trade is fake, brother.
Okay. Are you familiar with what a maroon society is, brother? And I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm truly asking you.
Well, here's the thing, right? I don't know if you was listening when I said that it was maroon colonies from Florida to Canada.
I didn't hear you say that part, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, maroon, right? It's Spanish for brown, right? So you have the Cleveland Maroons, aka the Cleveland Browns, right? But only the descriptive term of the people of the land, the Aborigines of this land, my brother. So everything that you're saying, when you say maroon, when you go to, so here's the thing about research, you have to research a little deeper, right? When you say, hold on. When you say maroons, in your mind, maroons means runaway slave, right?
How are you telling me what something means in my mind?
Because you going there, right? If you're
I asked you, are you familiar with it? You started running, and then you telling me what I'm saying in my mind.
I teach it. So my point is, if you're gonna say they're other than brown people, they'll have a problem. And then Latin is Moreno, which was later, other descriptive terms could be Negros, Negro de Terras, but the Negro de Terras, the Morenos, the Maroons of this land was only descriptive term of the original people of this land, right?
Okay. So, brother, you go. I want to bring you back on track.
Okay, I got you. Which went to Seminole, right? So Maroon turned us to Seminole, right? Which means runaway slaves now, right? Well, guess what? Everybody that's a Seminole wasn't a fucking runaway slave, right? That's not a term. They were part of the brown colonies, the maroon colonies of America that were dealing with the Spanish 100 years prior to the British coming here, my brother.
Now here's what I want to do with you, brother, because you went off on that tangent, and I tried to bring you back, but you went off on your tangent. I'll let you go. You said you was knowing what I was thinking. I'm not arguing about the color in which they were. That's not my argument. I find that to be a non sequitur in this. I wanted to get to if we would know them as Maroons or runaways, whatever term you want to associate with them. These groups of people, what were they running from? What were they getting away from?
Bro, first off, you have.
That's where I'd rather go there with you.
Hold on. So you have wars, right? People have wars. People were displaced in wars, my brother.
Okay, so they were.
Somebody was a runaway slave. That's a new concept that was changed hundreds of years after Maroon, brother.
Okay, so they were displaced. So these are all. This is a group of people displaced from war. Is that your position?
Absolutely.
Now, could you show me any record of them speaking about that?
Okay, so here's the point, right? Here's the thing, right?
No, hold on. This is the show improve side now, brother.
I got you, right? I got you.
Okay,
right?
you teach this stuff, right? So go ahead.
Here's the thing, right? I need you to understand that maroon is only the descriptive term of brown people.
I'm with you on that. I have no problem with the color of the people.
I got you. The Zionist think tank, the Zionist machine has turned brown warriors to runaway Seminoles, runaway slaves. That's not true, bro. That's more game. This is what I'm trying to say.
I hear you. Can you get to the showing, improving part of them?
When I told you don't come with the runaway part, you're still going to it. What were they running away from? They wasn't running away from shit, bro. We was fighting wars here. That's what you
then let's go with that. Then maybe I'm in error. Hold on. Maybe
the Spanish and Negro War.
Okay, listen.
French and Negro Wars. It was French and Negro people fighting against the so-called British, the French and Negro people.
Now show me. There's primary narratives from Maroon people. So all you got to do is just show me one person, one Maroon from Maroon colony saying that they were displaced from war. That should be very simple because you came to that conclusion somehow, and I'm trying to arrive there with you.
Bro, we were just talking about the Pequots being displaced down into the Caribbean islands.
What are you talking about? You jumping all over the place.
I'm not
jumping all over the place, brother. Let's stick to one thing.
I'm giving you the King Philip's War. I'm giving you the French and Indian or French and Negro War because they wasn't called Indians then. The Spanish and Negro War because there's Negroes or Maroons that were fighting in the interest of the Spanish. You understand this? So the interpretation that was given to, let's just say, to us by these people, because we're watching it from the British perspective, right? From their perspective, we're not seeing it from the Spanish perspective. The Spanish, speaking of Curie Mayo, who speaks Spanish and some other things, right, could read the actual text from what the people was actually interacting with the Spanish at that particular time and what they had to go through when one time the British came and took over the Spanish territories. So yes, people came and had to move people out of there. What are you talking? Bro, that right there that's not even an argument. Well, the argument was whether or not we was here or not. There's not the argument whether or not what they was called runaways or browns. What? Why are you going to all these other things?
You went there.
Hold on.
I asked you where you for. Hold on, brother.
Hold on, brother. You in the chat.
Calm down.
Calm down. Hold on, brother. You said I'm teaching falsehoods. You agree with what I teach. You're going into Maroon. You're going into other things that I teach also, but you don't know about. You only talking about from a British
brother. I asked you for a source, and you didn't give me one.
Bro, I'm because the source right now. You talking to the source right now.
Okay, that's funny, brother.
You talking to the source right now, right? I gave you a primary. Hold on, brother. I gave you a primary document, right?
No, you didn't.
Hold on, bro. Listen. I'm about to get you
It's foolish, brother. Come on, brother. You can do better.
You must don't follow me, bro, because you must don't follow nothing I do, because you wouldn't be asking me about Maroons, bro. So here's the part. The etymology of Maroon is brown, brother.
Oh, brother. We don't have to do this. I'm not arguing you on what color they were.
Okay,
that doesn't matter to me.
What are you arguing about?
We went to a point, and you said, they weren't there after slavery. They were there from being displaced by wars. And I said, no problem. Show me that.
I gave you the wars.
Yeah, but there are primary. Follow this.
Hold on, I gave you primary. Hold on. You need more than the wars.
Let me get to my point then. Let me get to my point. Because primary narratives exist as to why Maroons called themselves Maroons and why they were there. Let me give you an example. Hold on. Because I gave you your chance and you weren't able to produce it. There are examples in Jamaica specifically of maroon societies that were started after the Jean-Baptiste uprising. What is that? This was a church that was named literally African, that they named themselves, and they went to they didn't want to be colonized, so they started maroon society. So I'm saying I can show you maroon societies that said they are fleeing being captured and becoming slaves. You're saying,
whoa, hold on. That don't have nothing to do with what maroon mean, bro. What are you talking about?
The hell with what maroon means. That's what the colonies are.
Hold on.
There are maroon.
Just because you're maroon and you was running away from something or you're fighting a war, don't mean that maroon means runaway slave. Once again, I just gave you the etymology of maroon. Okay.
I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you an example of people who talked and said what they were escaping from, which made them start a maroon colony.
Bro, listen, I just told you that you had maroon colonies from Florida to Canada in America.
That doesn't prove your point.
Whoa, hold on.
Because you're saying they were all displaced from wars. I asked you, hold on. So show me the war they were displaced from in Cleveland.
Hold on. So everybody that started these maroon colonies, right? Well, you had maroon colonies all the way up to Canada, from Florida to Canada. Those are all runaway slaves, my brother? That what you're saying?
I'm saying to you, these are free established colonies for people who did not want to be colonized.
Not a free.
There were people who were born into them who wouldn't be escaping slavery because they were born into it.
I just need you to just welcome me with this. Maroon does not mean runaway slave. That is a later game and interpretation by the British who took over the Spanish territory. You do know that the British took over from the Spanish in Jamaica. You do know that, right?
Again, that's a non sequitur. That doesn't prove anything that you're saying.
It does prove something, so that means that
then I'll say this. I'll concede that.
Hold on.
Okay,
Were they fighting against the British? Did the British displace people when they came there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you know that?
Because they were
the same way I know that because
British.
Because bro. Like, if the British came and took over the Spanish territory and displaced maroons there, right? They had to run away.
So the French, okay, so let's get it here. So the British and the French, what were they fighting? Hold on, why were they fighting over there? Hold on,
did the British take over Florida from the Spanish? Yes or no?
Why were they fighting over the territory? Let's just get to it. Let's just get to it. Let's just get to the point. Let's just get to the point. Let's just get to the point.
When the British came to Florida, was black people there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so if black people was already there, how did they get there, my brother?
Dude, some black people were already.
Did the British displace those people when they came to Florida? Yes or no?
Yes, the British did displace black people.
Hold on. So why are you asking me what happened to the people that got displaced from wars here in America? They got black.
What?
Caribbean, brother, they got blackbirded to the Caribbean islands, bro. You sound crazy right now.
What?
You're talking, and you're saying.
Hey, Chief, hold on. I can see it's getting a little too animated. Let's bring it back. Keep it into the information. Let's bring it back down. Because I wanted to go there and just have a yelling match with you. I think you a humble brother with a lot to offer. We just got to get you unplugged from the matrix and get you on the right side. I'm with you though, brother. So just hear me out. Just hear me out. Okay. What I'm saying, let me tell you my main point of the Maroon Society. The Maroon Society, whether they be called Maroon from Runaway or whether they be called Maroon from the color, doesn't necessarily matter. Hold on. Can you hear me out? Okay. Then let me bring it back. Yo. Hold on. See, we don't got to do this. I'll bring it back.
Hold on. Which one came first then?
I'm gonna bring it back.
Hold on. I'm asking
my argument is
if you're researching, which one came? Did the descriptive term of brown people come before runaway slaves? Yes or no? Goddamn.
Let's
Come on, bro. You can't do that. You cannot say it's
either or. What I find to be.
I'm African. You can't do that, bro. You're okay. You're riding the fence.
Hey, Chief.
What you doing?
Chief, let's get to the point of it. You tripping over
The
whatever.
The point is you said I'm teaching fake shit.
Then I'll go into it. I have a problem with what you're saying right now. I have a problem with what you're saying right now. The Maroon Society.
You don't have, bro. I'm not debating you. I told you I only debate my equals. If you're sitting here telling me that the Maroon Society was runaway slaves, then you are mistaken.
Okay,
brother.
then let me. I'll bring it right back.
Okay,
the Maroon Societies.
You're 100% wrong. Okay,
the Maroon Societies. Okay, bro. The Maroon. Listen, let's get to the point. The Maroon Societies were formed. Okay, however they were formed. Hear me. However they were formed, whether you want to say it was because of color or runaway, doesn't matter. What I'm saying is they were formed. So then the next logical question would be, why were they forming these free societies? What was going on that they would need to free? They would need to form their own collective society away from what was going on. You couldn't even get to that point.
Can I answer that for you? I'm going to answer that for you, brother.
Go ahead.
And you answered it too, right? Hold on. I'm going to answer the question for you, right? So
go ahead.
The British took over the Spanish.
Okay. Why were the British and the French? Why were the British? Why were all of these Europeans fighting over land here? Go.
Okay. Oh my God. Bro, you asking basic questions, bro.
Then answer the basic question, because we walking somewhere. Answer the basic question.
You asking basic questions. We had all the resources. We wouldn't be Europe without America, bro. They didn't have shit here. They got industrialized off the backs of our ancestors here.
That doesn't address the question.
Bro.
That doesn't address the question.
What are you talking?
That doesn't address what I asked you.
It does.
No, it does not.
Maybe
why were they here? Why were they here? Why were they here?
No. I don't want no. Hey, folks.
Because you trapped. You fell in the trap.
Oh shit, bro. Get to that, bro.
You fell in the trap.
Get to that.
You fell in the trap.
You don't know about the Maroons. You don't know about. Hold on. What year did those Maroon colonies get set up in Jamaica, brother?
I think that you're finding out that you don't know as much as you think you did. Humble yourself, brother. Humble yourself. You finding out that you don't know what you thought you knew.
You do know you're taking us on a long journey, right? That's a gift away from everything we're saying, right? The question
right. That's I tried to
right?
bring it back to say, look, that's
Chief Holiday. I got you. You've been watching for a while, right? What does Chief Holiday teach that's false, brother? That's what I need you to explain
if you are a part of this integrated online internet Aboriginal movement, you are under the guise of a false narrative, false teachings. And I broke that down in the beginning. Want me to do it again?
I got you on that. That's a general statement, right? But what I'm asking you is, does Chief Holiday teach that's false?
Well, let's do this. The same way.
At the end of the day, right? I could teach you on Maroons, because that's simple. The descriptive term predates the slave term. That's the British coming in, rewriting stuff and changing names.
The same way.
They already had Maroons there prior to the British coming there, changing Maroons to runaway. Do you understand?
Well, that would prove my earlier point.
The British don't speak Spanish. So they're going to start saying things like black more or slave or you know what I'm saying?
That's why I said
you acting like our ancestors in Jamaica or here called themselves Maroons, Indians, Negroes, or anything, bro. What are you talking about?
That's why I said the Spanish were the first ones with San Miguel de Guadalupe in 1526. The Spanish. That's what I said. So then the Spanish were bringing black people here at least since 1526 with San Miguel de Guadalupe, which then went. Hold on, brother.
So where did the Spanish go? I got you. Where did the Spanish go to get these Africans? I'll wait.
I want to address your earlier point you said they were identifying by color. You said they were identifying by color, which proves my earlier point.
I got you
that
right here.
Race is very important.
Hold on. Your whole argument that the Spanish brought. Hold on, I got you. Your whole argument is that the Spanish brought Africans to the Caribbean islands? Where? Go.
They bought some of them directly here to the United States. And to the Caribbean. Simple. All right, is that a serious question?
When is Spain? I got you. Hold on. When did Spain go to Africa and steal some niggas to bring them back? When? Go. What year?
At least early 1500s. And they were Portuguese at this time. The Portuguese went to West Africa, kidnapped people, and then they went across the Atlantic into the Americas.
Okay.
What don't you get about that?
Hold on. You got a ship?
Yes, I can show you several of them. I actually have pictures of them in my phone. Let's do this, because this is day one dumb stuff. There is a slave ship that was repurposed in Alexandria, Virginia, that you could go to today to go see it and take a picture of it. They exist. They're there. Just because you don't know about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. In Alexandria, Virginia. Also on the Delaware River in Philadelphia, there's another slave ship. There's plenty of them.
I asked you to provide. Okay, all right.
So and I'll take a picture of it, and I'll take a video of it, and I'll send it to you.
No, please do, so I can debunk that shit. So here's the thing, right?
No. Is it your position that it doesn't exist? Is that your is your serious position that slave ships don't exist? Okay, so if I show you one. If I show you one, then what are you going to say? Because I told you I've seen several of them, and I have pictures of them. Personal, primary. And if I show it to you, then what are you going to say? Because I want to hear this argument. This is foolish. What would you say to that when I show it to you? I just told you where two of them were. I told you where two of them were.
Hold on. I'm going to give you the floor. Right? I need you solving the race problem, right? To explain to me and 88 people in the chat room, right? Please explain to us what Chief Holiday teaches.
Brother, we going into things that we disagree with.
I need you. No, there ain't no disagreement. You said I'm teaching something false. That's a
I'll beat you up. I'll beat you up. Hold on, bro. I'll beat you up on the slave point. Okay, let's do this. If you're teaching people that there was no transatlantic slave trade, you're teaching a false narrative. I just beat that point up. Now you want to run to something else. If you're teaching people, I have pictures. Yes, you can look these things up, and I'll send it to you.
Hold on, let me finish. So what you're saying is that you have a boat that's Spanish origin that went to Africa, stole Africans, and brought them back there. That's what you got?
What you're saying of Spanish origin, I clarified and said it was of Portuguese, and I'll even say European, because you're misrepresenting.
So quick, bro. I've never been beat into the.
It's in Alexandria, Virginia. There's one on the Delaware River in Philly.
Whoa. So the boat in Alexandria, Virginia was a Spanish vessel that went to Africa, stole Africans, and brought them to America. Is that what you're saying? You gonna stand on that?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Bro, you sound retarded, bro. That's not, bro.
You just made sense of it in your. I just told you, dude. I have pictures of it.
No. You told me
you have my number.
Virginia. Okay,
you have my number.
That's a Spanish boat.
You have my number, bro. I will send you the pictures because I've seen it myself. I've seen the one on the Delaware River in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I will show you the pictures. They exist. You can go there today. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Let me say this to you again. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Right? That went to Africa. And hold on, bro. It's a simple question. I asked you to provide a boat, a documentation, any type of record of
I'm telling you where you can go see them.
To Africa. Okay, you're telling me a boat.
There's charters. There's charters, yes, that show a triangular trade. Do you think that they were making this stuff up? Do you think that all of the cotton? Hold on. All of the cotton in Rome. Hold on.
My brother, did they make up roots? Did they make up roots?
Were they falsifying?
Did they make up roots?
To hell with roots.
My brother.
Were they falsifying records?
My brother. Did they make up roots?
To hell with roots.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna let you go. I'm
to hell with roots.
I'm gonna let you go. Right?
Dude, that don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Mute your mouth. Let me say something. I can't hear you, and then I'll let you go. I promise. Okay.
Roots don't have nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Let me just go from there, right? We're going way around the corner. The question was to point out what I teach that is false. You said you attach yourself to Aboriginal. That's what I teach. Now you're getting into some technical stuff about slavery, this and the third. If you are apprentice, right? Wouldn't that be considered? If you are apprentice to somebody that you're a slave, wouldn't that be technically fall into the line of slavery, my brother?
No, it would not.
It wouldn't.
No, it would not. Next
you
question.
Don't know. Hold on. What is the etymology of slavery? My brother.
Is it your understanding?
No. See,
hold on, because now
I told you I only debate my equals, all others.
Yeah, now because now it's getting foolish. Hey, you know what I'll do, brother?
Hold on.
What I'll do, I'll humble out because it's getting foolish when you make arguments like, well, an apprentice and a slave are the same thing.
Are you gonna run?
Nah, like I said, let's do this. Let's set up a date and time.
I'm teaching you something. Nah,
because I'm on the phone right now. I'm on the phone right now. Like, if I get a chance to put slides up, Chief, I would embarrass you when I put slides up.
Bro, you can't put up shit. Bro, listen to me.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. Of course I can. If I get a slide, if I'm on my laptop, all of this is dead, and you're going to get pictures of everything that I'm talking about and prove it to not only you, but the 80 Aboriginal morons who listen to you and follow this foolishness. Not just you, but the morons who's in the chat who think that they're a Native American.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Nobody thinks they're Native American, right? You just said that you can attach yourself to being the first American. So you said, this is what you said, right? And that's why you sound like you retarded, because you don't know what side you want to be on. Then you're going to start getting into arguments over what slavery is, right? Well, if you actually knew the etymology of slavery,
that's what you're doing. That's foolish. That's a foolish argument.
Hold on, you cut me out. No, it's not a foolish argument, because you obviously don't know where maroon comes from, and you don't know where slavery comes from, right? Because those are the two terms that you are stuck on. So you're stuck on slavery. If you are employed, you are considered a fucking slave. Did not slaves get a check? Yes, they did. And you know this, and you also should know, if you are servant, you are a slave. If you are a serf, you're a slave. Because these are the terms.
If you want to believe that
means, wait a minute. That means that you did not know the etymology of where slavery comes from. That it comes from white people, Slavic, the East Slavic people, Slavic slave, Slavic comes from serf.
Okay,
my brother.
Okay, brother.
All right. Okay, my brother.
Okay, brother. If that's listen, let's do this.
Hold on. So I'll give you a perfect example. Was Jeffrey on the Fresh Prince a slave? Yes or no?
I hope that you come better prepared to this if we debate, because this is straw man. This is foolish.
I'm not prepared for nothing.
This is foolish, brother. Listen, you better check my track record. You better check my track record. You better check my track record.
Nobody ever heard of any work that you're doing ever in life, my brother.
Up Aboriginals for fun. This is what I do. So
you didn't chop me up. Hey, listen. Check this out. You know for a fact. Listen, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I ain't never lost ever to nobody. And if I was debating you, you would have still lost, my nigga, because you don't fucking even.
Well, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's set up a time. Okay, look. You see how when somebody
right here, you can't bring no information right now. You see
how when one person is calm and the other person's still riled up. I'm calm because I already know that you played your hand, and it's foolish. Like if you gonna get an Aboriginal, like you played your hand, and your whole, like, all of this is foolish and easily knocked out. So let's do this. Like I said, I had to run at 6, so I'm already 7 minutes behind. So like I said, I'll either, if you still going live, I'll jump on a call in an hour and keep beating you up. But if your whole argument is
So,
the entomology of slavery, therefore we shouldn't,
hey,
we
Renee, you
weren't
can bring your
part of
crazy
slaves,
here too and
dude.
get this word too. Hold on,
Because
bro.
because
You
account
sound
wait wait
crazy.
wait 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 wait
Hold on,
wait.
listen.
Let me leave
Check
you
this
with
out.
this parting thought.
You,
Let me leave you with this parting thought.
bro,
The
you suck, bro. Like,
denotation,
you've already said that you fuck with the
the
information. So,
denotation,
hold on. So right
the
now, what you doing is,
denotation of a word does not dictate how it's contemporarily used. That's what I'm saying to you. So meanings of words change. So how much of an idiot could you be to make the argument that since we're not Slavic, we are slaves?
You sound smart, but you dumb as fuck. Because first off, nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit y'all dumbasses talk about. No, fuck that shit, nigga. You talking about if it only matters about what they talk about now? Nigga, they changed the fucking words for their motherfucking purpose, dumbass. Fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, you doing a lot of yelling and hollering, brother.
What the fuck is wrong with you right there, nigga? You come on here, hold on, my nigga. You come on here talking about shit you don't know nothing about, my nigga. That's what the fuck you doing. You're gonna tell me that you're gonna go with the words that they changed from the original words. That's what the fuck you gonna say when you know that the Spanish was there first, right? When the British came, they changed the shit. The fuck
you done yet? You get it all out, brother?
So if you don't know the fucking etymology of words, don't come on this motherfucking panel trying to challenge the God, nigga. Because you can't fuck with me, nigga. You talking about you what? What are you talking about? Bro, like, you
funny,
ain't got
brother.
no
You hilarious.
word, my nigga. And matter of fact, the shit you teach is so fucking played out and bipolar, nigga. You don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
I know. You got anything else? I'll let you get a couple more.
You said that you could prove that I'm teaching some false shit, nigga. That's fighting words. That's saying I'm lying. So
you are lying.
Okay.
You are lying to the people, and
you
teaching them, and you teaching them foolishness.
Everything
I've been. Have you been paying attention to this conversation? Have you been paying attention to this conversation?
For your dumbass. Was white people fucking slaves too, my nigga?
Let me have you think about this. Go get your information up. Go get your sources up. Go get your sources up, and then get back to me. All right.
Nigga, I'm the source, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm
the source, nigga. You stuttering and you making an ass out of yourself.
Nigga,
but I'm gonna get at you next time on the other side, brother.
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna teach when your ass get off here too. So get up off this bitch, crazy ass nigga, talking crazy. I ain't fucking know. First off, okay, I asked the brother. You're in the chat room trolling, right? To prove what I teach, what anybody in the Aboriginal community teach. And then he turned around and came in and said, "Well, yeah, I can attach myself to being Aboriginal." What? Ain't that what we teach? Also, why can't nobody ever tell us where the word Africa comes from? See, he wants to get into all this other maroon colonies. Then don't even, this is what pisses me off, right? Niggas come on here that think he's smart and sound intelligent, but you dumb as fuck. You smart dummy. So you talking about some shit, slavery, maroons, and you going all the way away from what we're teaching so you can start talking about some shit to deflect and start talking about shit that's not true, right? So I'm going to say this again. When you start talking about denotative, connotative, nigga, you an agent, nigga. You got a badge number, my nigga, because, my nigga, if you don't understand the word spell, because they understand word spell, Noah Webster understands those word spells, but your ass don't understand word spells. So when I told you to give me the etymology of the word maroon, if there were maroon colonies there prior to the British coming there, and the maroon is brown for Spanish. What we talking about? So, Renee, you can get the. I'm gonna say it right now. People talking crazy. Bring y'all evidence. If y'all come here talking crazy, I'm gonna let you have it. For real. You're here talking crazy. I'm gonna let your ass have it. That's oh, come on, bro. This shit getting crazy. Who else want this smoke? My other. Oh yeah, I'm trying to send this link. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, who I wanted, man. I don't run for nothing, man. So just let me know. Hold on 1 second, Joe. All right, all right. Hold on 1 second, child. I got one more email sent out. And then nigga be trying to kind of diss on the low. That's funny to me. Oh, you know, and I don't like this either, right? Like, here's my thing, right? Like, people that come in and talk about brothers like Cure Mayo and say, why do you guys accept Cure Mayo? Because Cure Mayo stands with the truth, my brother. That's why we stand with the brother. We don't look at the differences. We look at the commonality that we have with our brother. And he stands on the truth. He stands with righteousness. I don't know why you guys, other than him being who he is, you know, exterior, right? That has nothing to do with his soul, his spirit. And like I asked him the other day, I was like, yo, bro, why you do this? You know what I'm saying? Because he don't have to. He don't have to, y'all. He could just be, you know what? He don't have to come here and take any scrutiny for bringing you the fucking truth about you. So yeah, he deserves all the accolades that a motherfucker could get when it comes to this, because he don't have to do this for you. He don't have to teach peace. He don't have to teach the truth, justice to you. He don't have to do that, right? And for you to extract ugliness from that and to extract division from that, right? That's your mindset. That's the problem I have with you, right? That's the problem that you said solving the race problem. The solving the race problem is not having a race problem, my dude. It's doing away with the caste system, my dude. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about separating from the Native Americans, right? We're not talking about separating from Mexicans, right? We're not talking about separating from our own people here on this land that call themselves something else, bro. Like I said, if you don't know where Africa come from, you don't know where Maroon come from, you don't know where these words are coming from, you need to shut the fuck up. You don't You can't have a discussion if you don't know the origin of words. When you tell me that we're using the modern terminology, motherfucker, then that means that we're not researching, we're not scholars, we're not trying to get to the fucking truth. We just want to go with what the plan, what the eugenicists, what the Zionist program is set. That's what you said you're doing, race problem. That you want to come in and continue the narrative that was painted by them, right? I asked you to produce the so-called Spanish vessel, right? Now, here's the thing, right? Now, the problem with Spain running to Africa and grabbing people, right, is that there's no record of that. But Spain was in the Americas and was dealing with our people between the islands and the mainlands of the Americas, right? Remember the conquistadors? So he's talking about stuff. The conquistadors didn't stop in Africa and bring Africans here. Show me. Show me. So then you start saying, oh, well, some conquistadors is black, and oh, when they came here, they met Negro de Terras. They met Maroons when they came to the fucking Americas, bro. So Maroon meaning descriptive term, Negro de Terra, Negroes of the land, blacks of the land were already here. So if you mix a white person with the original people, you will come up with this thing called mestizos. Okay? That's the only argument, bro. Like, we're not arguing nothing else. And they gave those people political, social power over the indigenous people that predate them, right? This is called a caste system, right? So when you guys play into this caste system, you're doing the exact same thing that these guys are doing. You're working as agents for the system that we're destroying, right? Now, when we see you guys come out of the woodworks, obviously the work that we're doing is being effective because you're coming out the woodworks trying to critique the work while agreeing with it at the same time. I think that's weirdo shit, bro. I don't know how you can get around that. That's weirdo shit. For you to literally say, okay, I wanna go with the narrative that was placed by these people, right? I want to go with the stories. They said it was a triangle slave trade, right? Show me. You should be able to produce the boats and manifest from Africa. You should be able to produce the people from Africa. What they were doing, they were taking people back and forth from the Caribbean Islands because it's not that far of a trip. You have to feed, water people for months. That's expensive. People die. Like people on ships, if they go too far, they don't have enough provisions and they get lost at sea. People have died at sea. You can't drink the seawater. So if you don't get the land, you're gonna die, my nigga. So shit you guys talk about, oh, only black people are slaves. Every time the CBS News or NBC put out a slave exposition, right, you automatically throw yourself into the slave narrative. That's weirdo shit to me, yo. And so yeah, so if I'm talking etymology, Renee, okay, here's the thing, right? Oh my God, if you don't know the origin of words, my nigga, like I mean, how like I don't. You gotta know the origin of words in order to be speaking the words, right? So if you say that we only going with what they mean today, right? So that goes back to the actual programming of these people. Who and what are you fighting against? If you're not fighting against that system, that's programming us to be a certain thing, bro. Like, I don't get it. We're more than all of these things. We're more than just Americans. But if we could prove that we were calling ourselves Americans and they was calling us Americans prior to any of this other stuff you talk about, why not work with us to build that? We're going for power. What are you going for? How are you solving any problems, right? How are you solving any problems? We're going with the same narrative that was placed by these people, bro. Yo, you sound crazy. Like, yo, you gonna tell me like we getting all off the subject, talk about maroons and all these other things. See, that's what I'm saying. So we let you guys come on here, right? Once I ask you specific questions, right? Africa, where does Africa come from? You don't know where Africa come from, you can't debate me. If you don't know where Latin comes from, if you don't know where these words come from, you can't debate. Because if you're going off the changed meanings of those words, then you have a problem because somebody instilled a political, social construct into those words. So if you say American now, they have socialized us to believe that white people are more American than the original people of this land. They are Europeans, okay? Come from Europe. So even a little boy knows that he's still fucking Europe first. But we have been socialized, right? And fooled and tricked to believe that maroons or just runaway people up in the mountains. You got maroons everywhere, bro. Maroon is just a color. Cleveland Maroons, bro. The Cleveland Browns. They're changing words. Maroon colonies. Maroon people, brown people were all over America, period, for thousands of years. You agree with that, but you want to still attach yourself to slavery. Everybody wasn't fucking slaves, bro. Only a small percentage of people were in servitude because it wasn't that many people to put people into servitude. Y'all act like it was thousands of fucking plantations everywhere. Fuck. See how this works? If your mind is stuck in the paradigm and the wordplay that they're giving you, right? Because I asked him, he was going to answer the question that white people weren't slaves. How? When it comes from them. They wasn't enslaving each other. The Chinese people didn't go to war and slave, put other people under them in servitude. What? So no other people on the planet were in servitude but us, right? Huh? And so then back to, oh my God, Phil. So that's what I was going with. Phil, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, so the dude that was over there interviewing the people, right? He was like, yo, this was, he was like, he had to put a premise on it, right? So he said, yo, so do you think the African Americans should come get citizenship back here, right? Because since their ancestors were brought here from here as slaves, one dude looked around like he had never heard that before, right? But here's the thing, right? If they're speaking English, somebody is manipulating their brain pattern and their reality with fucking words. I don't know how much more I don't know how much more I can play with y'all, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can't debate with dumb information like that. If you don't understand where words come from, and if you think that you can only use the 1828 definition of American, then you're sadly mistaken, okay? They have been changing stuff socially because the only true Americans legally on this landmass is the so-called African Americans. I'm gonna say this again for all the people in the peanut gallery, for all the slow people. The only true legal Americans here on this land that never migrated here, were never immigrants, are the so-called African Americans, okay? The reason why they put African in front of your name is to usurp power, land from you here on this land. I don't care what nobody say, bro. We're in exile on our own land. Shout out to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. again. Shout out to all the great master teachers that came before us. They all taught this. They all taught it. Even if they started to start saying stuff like, oh, Africans came before America, or the first Americans is Africans, right? Shout out to Dr. David Montel. He knows that's not true. He knows that the first Americans was Americans and that we've been here. And it's a thing called the Tonchons. Shout out to the Tonchons one. Somebody had to spring up from this bitch. If America was the first out the primordial waters, America's older than Africa. Why? Everybody's like, come on, like we got more stuff here. Now science is starting to bear witness that man was here, which makes them say, oh, well, civilization started here in America because we have evidence of civilization being here in America prior to being anywhere else on the planet. See how this works? So when you're arguing, right, we have empirical data on our side, right? It's called science. We got bones. We got artifacts. Where are your West African artifacts? Why is your only artifact slave boats in Virginia, bro? Like, come on, bro. Like, you serious? That has nothing to do with the Spanish taking millions of people from Africa, bringing them to a place that already is overpopulated with niggas. Why would they do that when they fight against them? Why would they do that? When did Spain go steal niggas? Because Spain don't have any recollection of going to Africa, stealing people, and bringing them back here. They didn't do that. So when this brother said that, he came out his mouth with some shit. You talking about a liar, nigga? You a fucking liar. Spain ain't never went and got nobody from fucking Africa and brought them back to America. Why would they do that? When they came here, it was nothing but niggas already here in this motherfucker that they was dealing with for 100 years prior to the British coming to this motherfucker. 100 years or more. The British, before the British came here, and you're speaking the British tongue, you're thinking like a British white boy right now, right? That's how you think right now. And you, oh my God, y'all suck, bro. I came to the conclusion that you niggas suck. But I thank y'all for coming on. Hey, whoever want this work, man, you can come on and get this work. But I'd rather just give it to y'all from here, man. Because at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't come here with that dumb shit. For real, for real. His brother said some dumb shit. Like, I can't look over that. Not gonna look over that. He said Pan-Africanism is a political philosophy. Okay. Yeah, science is a political philosophy too, Lex. We've already established that Pan-Africanism, right, is a creation of Zionists. Okay? The father of Pan-Africanism, Pan the goat god, right? Pan-Africanism, right, was a Zionist. And he thought Zionism was the perfect model, right? The perfect model for Ethiopianism, right? That's what he called it. He didn't call it Pan-Africanism. He called it Ethiopianism. Pan-Africanism is more of a CIA. So you niggas is working for, y'all niggas is working for the CIA. That's what you're doing. So that nigga right there, hey Lex, calm down with that, bro. Like, I can't believe you on the wrong side of history, bro. Like, you had landed where you was at. You good. And you and just like the brother, everybody would say that black people was here prior to the so-called 1492. I said that he only focused on 1619. I don't go off their terms. That's when the British came here. That's when the British are having interactions with people and stealing so-called Spanish vessels with people who were cruising on, going on vacation or going to work or something. So then they took over the boat. Shout out to A1, man. He talks about the privateers and the pirates of Caribbeans. Come on, bro. Like, y'all think the Pirates of Caribbeans, y'all think that they just made Johnny Depp Tonto? The Pirates of the Caribbeans were also carbonated, melanated, carbonated brown people that ruled the seas. They called them Moors because they moored, dumbasses. Get off the words, bro. Like, one thing that if y'all haven't caught up yet, we were trying to do away with the words. We said first. Renee, you're not a first American? You second. The white man that owned your family, him and his people was the first Americans, right? Come on, fam. Y'all got to catch up, bro. Like, it's getting too slow right now. Oh, okay. He said, wake up. Okay, so here's the facts, right? That the oldest bones, the oldest full human skeletons found in America, right? The oldest human bones found in America, right? Are Negroes, okay? And those go back 12, 13,000 years, 10,000 years, 9,000 years, 5,000 years, 6,000. That's where I'm going with this. Thousands of years, right? Prior to these people being here, that was Negroes here. And all these things that we built here in America, right? It took time to build them. It took 5 minutes. Hold on a second, now. Yeah, man. Peace and love to all the American Aborigines, aka the first Americans. Hey, man, like I said, bro, we ain't here to hurt nobody. We're not here to take nothing from nobody. We're trying to we're adding to the paradigm, right? We're adding flavor, we're adding substance, we're adding context to what our ancestors left here, right? And when you call yourself an African, you're taking away from the accomplishments of your ancestors on this land. Now, if you consider yourself an African American, right? Okay, cool. That's fine. Okay, let's focus, because you're not focused on the African side of you. You don't eat African food. You don't speak no African language, and your ass don't want to move back to Africa. So focus on America. Check. When you gonna do that? Because if you're African American, you're still American, right? That means that your people were already here prior to any so-called Africans coming on slave boats, coming before slave boats, or any other fantasy fucking world that y'all could come up with. We were already fucking here, okay? That's all we saying, that we were already here. Why are y'all upset about that? Oh, you brothers are teaching falsehoods, but can't never tell us what we teaching that's false. You want to nitpick words. What ab means away. Away from what? When we read the etymology of it, it says the first inhabitants. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about you breaking down words, saying the ab is from something. Yeah, it's from the original. You're from the original. The original people of this land are us. So what we're doing is stepping into our proper personas, our proper selves, right? And guess what? We got paperwork that we putting on their ass. You talk about the ADO, what the ADOS is doing. First off, the ADOS agreed with us that we are American descendants. Just because they say slaves, some of us were in servitude. Some of us were, but most of us were not. Most of us was not in servitude for these people until we started assimilating to their money, to their system. Do y'all understand this? That's what, they ain't just put that out. Go watch them videos. Stop playing. Stop being in y'all emotions all the time. Go sit down and watch all 30 of Mexican Man shit, all the career Mayo shit. Take notes. And if you can find something in these videos, right? You can find something, anything that we've been presenting for years. If maroon ain't brown first, punch me in my mouth when y'all see me, man. If they didn't find us here first, man, if we ain't the oldest bones, the science, and all these other things that we have to back us up, punch me in my mouth when y'all see me, man. Because if I'm lying, you call me a liar. I don't know. That's fight words. I think that's one thing people understand. So when you're presenting, if you're challenging right, man. Come with some information. Make me go back in the drawing board and say, yeah, that brother was right. I did get that wrong right there. When y'all gonna do that? Because guess what? He didn't know the etymology of maroon. He wants to talk about the maroon colonies were free. Wait a minute. I thought, hold on. So slaves created a free society? Just by definition alone, they're slaves. It would have been a slave society. The same way that Tariq Nasheed and every other fuckboy try to turn around and say that Haiti was a fucking slave society. That's the same thing this nigga talking about. Bro, that's slow. That's not in reality. It's people in Haiti would tell you when they got there, or how they got there, or when that they've been there forever. So you got different people, because yeah, people was displaced. So he don't want to say, oh, that people was displaced when I said people was displaced, but he come around and say the same thing, that people got displaced. So, I mean, what are you talking about? They was displacing, the British were blackbirding people back and forth from the Caribbean islands, Jamaica, Barbados, so on and so forth. Do you not understand this? They were enslaving the people that was there. They enslaved 9-1 the indigenous people of this goddamn land. That comes from Brown fucking University, nigga. We give y'all fucking actual dates and times and actual numbers of people that came into America, and then y'all gonna say, oh, they were maroon colonies. Somebody had rice in his hair. she got the Gullah Geechee are all African. Yo, bro, y'all slow, bro. That's not real. That's fake. That's not, yo, that's weirdo shit, bro. So like I said, man, y'all come step to me, bro. Please step to be correct. Cause when you come with some dumb shit like that, bro, like come on, bro. Like if you telling me I'm saying something false and you can't give me what I said false, I got a problem with that. For real, for real. Ty Data. So yeah, man. So peace to the guys, man. The truth is in the building. No, bro, I can't be teaching false, bro. I'm called the truth, bro. Fuck you, man. Hey, that don't work like that. You can't be the truth and be teaching falsehoods, bro. Like, come on, fam. That sounds crazy. So yeah, that's why I say they sound crazy, bro. Cause like you can't say that we teaching some falsehoods. Like I think that's that's really weird stuff right there, bro. So yeah, I think we gotta address these things, man. Um, they always telling us, yo, and so then the brother say he traced himself back to Guyana, right? Last time I checked, Guyana was still in America. So they say that. So guess what, though? That's only one of your lines, bro. You still all your people come from America, all of them, the Americas, all of them. And they was, come on, bro, like this shit is getting crazy, bro. Like shout out to Lord Jamar. He traced his father's side back to Guyana too. He ain't running around here talking about calling himself an African. Guyana is America. Yeah. Come on, fam. So yeah. So once again, though, like I said, man, I try not to get caught up on words, bro. Like, see, that's another thing. I don't like to argue back and forth about words. So then we start talking about etymology. Come on, bro. Like we already knew that they found our ancestors here. Nobody's denying that. And we also know that they displaced our ancestors in some of these places. Not everybody got displaced. Not everybody got beat up. Assimilated like marriage and stuff like that. It wasn't like a hostile, everything was hostile takeover. Like I don't even believe all the Cortez stories and all the other things that they create these stories to make themselves grander or some dumb shit.
Chief, hello?
Yo.
Oh shit, man, I forgot the stream was on. What's up? We live still? Hello? Chief, Chief, my bad. I forgot this year was running, bro. Is we still live? We still live? Let me see. Shit. Okay. Chief. Oh shit, we still Chief. Hello? We still live? Oh shit, we still live. I forgot the stream was on. I forgot the stream was on. Shit. Yeah. I think Black Lotus gonna be coming on his Tribe Up channel later. Shit. Peace, everybody. Yeah, I know. I'll be gone, man. I just put this shit on. I'll be gone. Y'all know how I be doing. I'll be gone. I'll be on some other shit. Yeah. What up, Corey Mayo? Yeah, Chief ain't talking. Joe Taylor in the building, Ronald in the building.
Yeah, no, I sent everybody the link, bro. So they got the link. Mayo got it. A few people got it. Y'all can come on through. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get ready.
Oh, how long has it been silent?
No, just for a second. It ain't been
Oh, you just stepped out for a second?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I came on. I'm thinking like we been spending hours or some shit. Oh, there go Consul right there. We got Consul in the building. Yeah, I think Black Lotus finna be on, y'all. In a little bit. So I'm
He already on.
He already on?
Yeah,
I am you, Copper Empress. He said, "Are you still?" Yeah, man. These man, I gotta talk to you, man. We got some fraternity motherfuckers that's trying to, you know, I don't know what the hell they trying to do, man. Yeah, we got some fraternity motherfuckers trying to, you know, I don't know what the fuck they trying to do. I don't know what they call themselves doing, and I don't know why they care about me so much. Cause shit, I just wanna get some work done. But Chief, I don't know what you got going on, Chief. It's a lot of people in there, bro. I think Black Lotus on, but yeah, I gotta head out. What you gonna do? Cause yeah. He said, "Is that? Let me see who's that? Oh, that's Lex up in there. But I'm you, Lil Yos. I ain't got shit to talk about, but okay, I'm finna go ahead. All right, peace, y'all. It's activated.